What's going on, Washington Commanders Nation? It's your boy Rio Robinson back with the latest and greatest on the Rambling with Rio YouTube channel, where we ramble about the Washington Commanders. It is week 7, Carolina week, back at home weekend, Darryl Green jersey retirement, all that. But we got the Carolina Panthers coming in town, and we cannot overlook any opponents. This is Rambling About Washington. Representing the Carolina Panthers, I got my guy Anthony from the C3 Panthers podcast. It's about the second or third time we've collabed on this channel. How you doing tonight, boss?
I'm doing well, man. Thanks for having me again.
Absolutely, man. 1-5, probably not the start you anticipate, or maybe a start you did anticipate. How has the first 6 weeks went that you've seen so far?
Well, we didn't anticipate to be good by any means. And 1-5 isn't necessarily surprising. How we got there was a little bit unanticipated because we thought it would be with Bryce Young trying to develop that rookie quarterback. But instead, after week 2, Bryce Young was benched. Andy Dalton comes in, gets a win against the Las Vegas Raiders, and has given the Panthers offense some sort of pulse, at the end of the day. So look, things are really, really bad in Carolina. But in good news is that the second half is actually watchable. Last year, we could have started our post-game show at halftime. And after weeks 1 and 2, it looked like we were on that same road. The offense is able to score points, but our defense is historically bad.
Yeah, our defense isn't great on this side either, but I'm looking at you guys. 1-5, you got your one victory after you removed Bryce Young that put Andy Dalton, the old red rifle, in the game. When you're actually trying to see what you have in the number 1 overall pick, does this make any, does winning games or staying in game, does that matter? Is it a matter of the guys in the locker room need to feel like this is a professional operation? Like, how did you feel? Did you feel y'all needed to pull Bryce?
I thought it was a courageous move, honestly, by Dave Canales, given how much Carolina invested in Bryce Young, how they went and got a QB fixer, in a sense, to come here and help develop him, and all the things that they invested in the offensive line. But it's a dramatic night and day difference, and to the point where I don't know. My co-host says he doesn't need to see anything else from Bryce. I feel like that might be premature, but I think you hit the nail on the head in some ways. As Dave Canales came out after that press conference where he said that he was going to be starting Andy Dalton, he said we want to play more football. And there's 52 other guys in that locker room that are trying to get contracts, that are trying to develop as well. And so you can't sacrifice 52 for one. I think that Bryce sitting right now is a good thing, because it seemed like he was just, and I hate to say this because I don't root against, he seemed mentally broken. He seemed scared. And it's just such a big boy game, and he is not a big boy.
Yeah, he's not at all stature-wise, nor what he was putting on the field. He had no touchdowns to 3 interceptions, but the eye test just looked awful. I remember that Canales press conference. He seemed disgusted with the quarterback play that he'd been seeing, because those really nerdy offensive guru type guys, they can't lie about what the film says, and it looked and sounded like he was disgusted with the quarterback play that he was seeing. So is it already the end of the Bryce Young era in Carolina?
That's a very tough question, my man. I don't know entirely. Is that one is some people think that it's time to cut ties, trade him. I don't know what you could get for him. Other people believe this is that, maybe we can next year have him compete for a position. And then really the team just needs to be rebuilt in so many different ways. So I don't even know if drafting a quarterback next year, if you're the number 1 overall pick, is the right move. It's really hard not to, when you're in those top 1 and 2 picks, as you guys know, to avoid drafting a quarterback in that point. But you've done it before with Chase Young. I really think this is, for me, it's about how Bryce Young, if he gets back on the field for Carolina, I think how he gets back on the field is important. One, I think this is it could come at an Andy Dalton injury, right? And you come in. I think another way is that maybe the Carolina Panthers, which this isn't going to happen, but at one point we thought maybe, hey, they'll beat the brakes off of somebody one week and he can come in and take over for the last, 5 minutes or so and get some meaningful reps in. He did come in 2 weeks ago, and this is probably how it will happen, and that is we're getting the brakes beat off of us.
Mhm.
And so, man, you throw him in there to kind of protect Andy Dalton. And then I guess the last way, which you hinted at before, is like, if you're 1-9, man, maybe you just trot Bryce out there and you figure out if you're done with him or not.
Damn, man. I wanted to see Bryce Young prosper. I like Bryce Young coming out of school, but if y'all end up with the first pick again, y'all going to have some tough decisions to make. I know us here in Washington for 25 years, we suffered from toxic, meddlesome, worst professional ownership situation for over 2 decades. Is the Dave Tepper ownership as bad as it seems from the outside, or do we not have all the knowledge?
It's probably that bad. And I hate this, I mean, who knows? I think Tepper is he's a former financial hedge fund manager. I think he still does it too. Those guys want quick results despite them saying, look, we want to take time. We want to do this the right way. We want to build it the Steelers way. He used to be a minority owner with them. Or we want to build sustained success. But he has panicked at every move, or at least accelerated the timeline, whether it was get rid of Cam and then going out and get Matt Rule and bring in Teddy Bridgewater. And then after 1 year, throwing that to the wayside and going after Matt Stafford and then Deshaun Watson and ending up with Sam Darnold and then firing Matt Rule, which was a good move. But it's just like everything. It's like wherever the wind blows in so many ways. Look, you can't get rid of an owner. It's really hard. I mean, it took a scandal with you guys. I mean, and that barely
quite
worked.
a few. It took 20 years of dirty laundry to get this guy out of here.
So I don't know. I think being in the NFL or being successful in the NFL starts with, having a decent roster. We don't have that. Mm-hmm. Being healthy, we're not that. And having a quarterback, and we don't have that. So the Carolina Panthers are a long way away from figuring it out. And I don't know. I mean, we have to hope that David Tepper is just going to kind of continue to mature a little bit and say, look, when I stepped, we think he was very heavy-handed in the selection of Bryce Young. Mm-hmm. Everybody that on our podcast believes that Frank Reich wanted CJ Stroud, mm-hmm. and that Tepper somehow, and I don't know why. I don't even know. Maybe you're just watching too much TV. Maybe he's like Donald Trump and just watching the news all day. I don't know why he would be so going after Bryce Young so much. I guess you listen to the draft gurus way too much.
Too much Kuiper.
Yeah. So hopefully he's good at this. It's really right now he has to realize, and if he doesn't, then it's going to be weird, is that the Panthers are bad and that you're going to have to stick with this head coach and you're going to really have to just start slowly building this team up to improve it and just hope that you can continue to plug in better pieces. But right now there's nothing really promising in Carolina.
And the thing with Tepper is, from that position, these guys have to swallow their pride and just hire good football people and get out of their way. Like you said, your owner was heavily influenced in picking Bryce Young over CJ Stroud. I watched Dan Snyder come off the boat. He came off his yacht and walked in the draft room and told the draft people, y'all are taking Dwayne Haskins when they did not have a first-round grade on him. God rest his soul. That was an awful pick, but that's the type of stuff a meddlesome owner does. And the biggest difference between Snyder and Tepper, Snyder was kind of broke. His net worth all relied on the team's money. Y'all's owner has reach, connections, and wealth for day. What is he, the second or third highest paid owner in the league?
I think he's the second richest owner, only behind the Waltons who own Walmart.
So he
I mean,
has
he's worth like, and what's wild, he paid $3.5 billion in cash for the Carolina Panthers. Just straight handed him a dang briefcase, like a backup to Brinks truck. But now he's worth, I think he was worth like 8 billion then, and now he's worth 24 billion just since 29. I mean, these guys is stupid rich.
Yeah, they're printing money. So it may be a long decade or two for Carolina Panthers fans. Y'all hang in there. I got one more before we start talking about this specific matchup. Are y'all going to be fire sellers at the trade deadline?
I mean, you got to believe so. Man, and I don't know if it's just straight fire sale. Like I don't think J.C. Horn is on the table because our defense stinks, and you got to have some.
You knew where I was going. You knew where I was going.
I think he's probably off limits, but there's not really many people that people are going to want. I mean, I think then the prime person, and to be honest, I think he would be great with y'all is Deontay Johnson.
Ooh. Yeah, I like Deontay Johnson. I was just gonna say who would be off limits. I'm thinking Derek Brown.
Yeah, injured right now, so nobody's gonna want him. And really, the rookies, whether it be Trevin Wallace or Xavier Legette, we're not getting rid of those. But other than that, the Carolina Panthers don't have anybody that they're really super invested in. I think for Deontay Johnson, the answer is just you need to either sign him now because we could use him, and he's playing great. Or you don't want to run into a situation where you can't sign him in the offseason and then you also don't get anything out of it. So the Panthers are going to really need to know if they are going to prioritize them. They're going to have to figure out if he wants to come back to Carolina. But I think if you don't sign him before the trade deadline, that indicates it right there, and you should start trading. But at the same time, man, it's so bad football, so freaking bad. That like trading away any of our good players seems like just so counterintuitive. But we need, we got 8 draft picks next year. I don't want to pick 8 people. I want to trade these guys, get 4 more picks, and then consolidate those 12 picks into like 4. Let's get 2 second rounders, 2 thirds, and 2 firsts, and then call it a day.
Yep. And wide receivers are the hottest commodity on the trade block. We just saw Amari Cooper and Devontae Adams go this week. So I'm pretty sure y'all going to have a robust market for Deontay Johnson. But the guy, our fan base is dying for a cornerback. Based on what you've seen during his time in Carolina, I know he's missed some time due to a couple injuries. Is J.C. Horn the real deal? And what would that cost look like if y'all were to shop him?
He is the real deal. I mean, he's fantastic when he plays. The problem is he's had really bad luck when it comes to injuries. So he's never had a full season in Carolina. He is healthy right now. I think you're asking a second, dude.
You got to, right? Because he's a cornerback, top 10 pick with a 5th-year option. You have to tax somebody for that.
Look, I don't think the Panthers are going to trade him. Look, they got his 5th-year option next year. They have nobody on defense. We have Derek Brown, and we have J.C. Horn. Other than that, the rest of the team is a bunch of nobodies, right? So you need these 2 guys. So I really don't see him being an option going forward. But, I mean, I don't know. Now that I say it, like, I would be unhappy if we traded him for a 2. Like, I mean, but I don't think you're going to, people – don't come away with first. Maybe it'd be 2 2s, or I don't know.
I think you got to try to tax them. That's why everybody's throwing it out there. I did a video on it. My community would have definitely screamed at me if I didn't ask you about it. But let's talk about this matchup on Sunday. 1-5. Washington has a high-powered offense. You guys' defense is giving up about 34 points a game and the 3rd most yards in the league. How do you feel going into week 7?
I'm ready to watch Jaden Daniels secure his Offensive Rookie of the Year campaign. And I'm ready to watch Frankie Louvu and Jeremy Chin. Other than that, I'm really not looking forward to watching the game at all. I hate to say that. I mean, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to podcast. Real. I love my team. But it is freaking miserable. So, yeah, I mean, look, the Panthers defense right now is on pace to give up the most points in the history of NFL football.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I mean, like when
Oh
you
my
say that,
God.
you're like, what?
Oh,
Now, the first 2 weeks were really bad because our offense couldn't do anything. Our problem is this: is our defense can't stop anything. I know that your defense struggles against the run, which hopefully the
Chuba.
Carolina and the Panthers, that's the
Hmm.
strength of our team. Really,
Hmm.
we improved our offensive line. Oh, those are two other players, Damian Lewis and Robert Hunt, are off the table. We just signed them in free
Hey,
agency,
your
right?
guards, yeah,
Yeah.
your interior guys. Yeah, those are
Yeah.
guys are not getting touched.
Yeah, so but Chuba Hubbard is like running like he's third in the league in yards overall. He's like average. I mean, he's like 6.9 yards a carry.
Going
He's just
crazy.
playing great, but the Panthers can't stop anybody on the other side. I mean, and teams can do whatever they want. They can run the ball at will. They can pass. The secondary, actually, our cornerbacks turned out to be, we thought were a weakness, but are the best part of our defense in some ways, because you got J.C. Horn and then we got Michael Jackson from Seattle, and he's been playing really well. But when you can run against the team at will, then it just opens the passing game up all the time. So look, we're not stopping you guys at all. I mean, it's not going to happen. The Carolina Panthers in every game coming forward, I think every time we've won the coin toss since Andy Dalton has taken over, they say, give us the ball because we got to get ahead, because the Panthers are going to let people score all day long. And well, I'll let you ask the questions here because I do have.
Hey, you can ask away as well before you get out of here. I know you got to get out of here at 8 o'clock, but I
Well, I
was
was
just
just going to say, I think this surprisingly it could be a lower scoring game than we expect. Not because teams are playing good, playing well, or not. Not because your offense isn't playing well. But we saw Kirk Cousins 2 weeks ago go up and throw 500 something yards against the Bucks or whoever it was. And you know what? He didn't have to do it against the Carolina Panthers. So, like, I really could see just you guys running the ball all day, and us only being able to run the ball because we're going to want to grind this clock out. So, I think the Commanders could win and should win soundly, but I don't know if they're going to need to be throwing the bombs and opening up the playbook to beat us.
And that is a good point, too, because when you kill the time of possession running the ball on both sides, Chuba Hubbard has over 90 yards 4 weeks in a row, has about just under 500 yards this season. Brian Robinson Jr. is supposed to be, we think he's going to be returning. He practiced for the first time in the last couple of weeks. We dearly missed him versus the Baltimore Ravens. We weren't able to get any run game whatsoever. So for the first time all year, we had to be a one-dimensional pass-only offense. And Jaden still passed the test. 272 touchdowns, no turnovers. He went toe-to-toe with Lamar Jackson, but we couldn't get any defensive stop. Idro Avera was just in the conversation to get head coaching called. What the hell happened to the defense, or is it just lack of talent?
Well, one, it's injuries. It was lack of talent going into the season. Injuries, though, then took average or below average defense and just decimated it. Right now, the Carolina Panthers only have 4 out of 11 starters.
Oh my God,
on defense, and they're not good anyway. You know what I mean? So we've lost both of our starting linebackers. Jadeveon Clowney's day to day. We lost Derek Brown, our best defensive player. It's just. But here's the thing: is last year this Panthers defense statistically, it said it looked good on paper. It was fool's gold. We really weren't that good. Teams just didn't have to, they didn't have to throw against us to beat us. So these games we weren't giving up a ton of points on defense, but you were never really in it in the first place. So, I wouldn't be surprised if Jaden Daniels has 100 yards rushing and 200 yards passing against the Panthers. I would hope. This game could be over. We could be if we do a post game show. We could be doing our post game show at 3:15.
And it's very possible we're doing
the fastest
early
game
post game show because a lot of running is going to happen because we can't stop the run. Y'all can't stop the run. So what's the need to pass for, right?
Yeah, exactly. And if you guys get ahead, it's just which you will. At some point. Look, the Panthers just aren't good. But here, the good news is that like the offense has The offensive line has played very well. We haven't given up a lot of sacks. We're running the ball well. And Andy Dalton has made some impressive, there's been some highlights, some moments. He's not going to be a guy that's going to do it week in and week out, and you can just depend on him to go out and win you every game. But this offense could be okay with an average quarterback. That's what we've learned. So the problem is just the defense is just so horrendous. It's just it's tough to watch. But the good, like I was saying, is that last year there was no reason to watch after the half. And now look, we were down 8 with 6 minutes to go. We were down 11, and you're like, man, we actually can move the ball, can score. So there's at least a reason to tune in.
Yeah, that's interesting because y'all do got some young players, some young exciting players, Xavier Legette, JT Sanders and company. Y'all do got some young bucks to watch. Washington got a couple former Panthers, a couple Commanders on the roster, Jeremy Chin and Frankie Louvu. How did you feel about losing both of those guys, and did you expect to lose both of them in free agency?
Yeah. Well, first, I'm happy for Frankie Louvu to get out of get out of Carolina. I hate this. He was awesome. He's good. I mean, he's not great against the run, but man, such an instinctive player. He's always behind the line of scrimmage. He's like a damn missile out there, just heat seeking and finding people. He just makes. Sometimes he's almost too fast.
I say that all the time. He reacts too fast and misses the play sometimes.
Yeah, like Jeremy Chin is an interesting, and I think that's more of a referendum or a concern about Ejiro Evero. Is Jeremy Chin? If you guys didn't have Chase Young and that year with the clout that came with him being the number 2 pick?
Yep, he would have got the Rookie of the Year.
Jeremy Chin should have been Defensive Rookie of the Year that year. Then he took a little step back his second year just because he had like 105 tackles instead of 115 or something. He did. It was strange. Jeremy Chin was dealing with an injury, he was a little nicked up when Evero came in, but Evero just didn't think he fit his system. And is from what I've heard from from Commander fans is that both of those guys have been pleasant additions to your defense. And he was a guy that I really thought should have been a player that you found a way to use. He was like a healthy scratch last year half the time.
Wow, that's crazy.
It was. And that's where Evero is. There's something, I think, he's gone after this year, regardless. It's just like not working out. We're not good on defense. He's a holdover from the last regime. So I think that the Panthers are, I would hope Dave Canales is going to go out and get maybe Robert Saleh is because he was coached with him in Seattle. I don't know, but this 3-4 mess, it just ain't working.
It's not working out. So defensively, Frankie Louvu is probably the best defensive player on our roster right now. He has been quite an addition to the defense. Jeremy Chin had a slower start, but the last few weeks he's been pretty nails, man. He's been smacking everything that moves, and for the most part in coverage, he hasn't been too bad. We get beat over the top a lot, and we cannot defend crossers. How has your offense been effective with Deontay Johnson, and are y'all finally finding what Xavier Legette is capable of at the next level?
Well, Xavier Legette has had 2 touchdowns since Andy Dalton became the quarterback, and that's 2 more touchdowns than Jonathan Mingo has had in his whole career, and that was a guy that we picked in the second who has been a total letdown. Deontay Johnson can do anything. He can do everything. He can run the wide receiver screens. He can run the deep routes. He can run every route. He's an amazing route runner. He's dropped some balls out there at times, but there've been some tough catches too. Andy, we actually have a very simple but effective offense. It's like the old, it's like an Air Coryell type system. It's like run, pass. I think that's what it was. It's whatever the Shulas ran, right? It's just like you run up the middle and you soften them up, and then you hit them you hit them over the top.
Yes, sir.
And so that you guys, if you're susceptible to that, then hey, there's an opportunity for the Panthers to put up some points. but it doesn't matter because you're going to be able to do all those things against us. The Carolina Panthers can't stop the run, and then that means that they can't stop the pass, and then that means they're always playing from behind, which then makes us a little too pass happy when we don't need to be.
So what is your score prediction for Sunday? What do you think it's looking like?
I think it's going to be something like, I think it could be like 24-13 Commanders.
Okay. So, like you said, and you see it that way because we're not going to need to score as many points as we do in games before because there's going to be so much running of the football.
That's what and look, I don't have any reason, I mean, that's just my only intuition is Jaden Daniels can run at will on his own. The Robinson guy, if he's back, is really good. I mean, he's been awesome on my fantasy team when he's been playing anyway.
Yeah, B-Rob eats.
And then last week, the last 2 weeks, the Panthers have been running the ball like at very effectively, but then have gone and in some cases needed to pass the ball. But then that led to the turn. Like last week, they should have just ran the ball every play in the fourth quarter, and they might have actually scored. So yeah, that's the only reason that I think that it's a low scoring game is because both teams are going to be able to run the ball. Now, I mean, this could get ugly. I mean, you guys could start dotting it down the field, and then maybe the Panthers could put up some points trying to keep up. But I don't know if they're going to have to, So, I mean, maybe not everybody's. You guys have been very explosive on offense. So I hope your fans aren't saying like that you can't score points against us. That's not what I'm saying. It's just that, look, is you can beat this team. Like I said, maybe we're podcasting at 3:15.
That would be hilarious. I think we're not gonna fall into trap game or any stuff like that. I think I saw Jaden Daniels' face and demeanor after losing to the Ravens on Sunday. They're very upset about what took place. They didn't take any moral victory or none of that bullshit from Sunday. I think they're coming in locked in, ready to go. But I also know my defense will give some shit up early. Like y'all may come down on the opening drive and score versus us. It's honestly like a tradition of ours. You come down, you go straight down the field, and you score. We got a turnover versus the Ravens on the first drive, so that changed up. But usually teams go right down the field and score on us. Then we wake up, and our offense is keeping it rolling all day. But I got y'all scoring 20 points, but I got us scoring 37. I got 37-20 Washington. I think we're going to put up some points on Sunday. I think we're going to force Andy Dalton into a couple turnovers, and I think we're going to have Robinson back, and that offense is going to be hitting on all cylinders. They're trying to correct some things and get ready for the number 1 versus number 2 matchup next week when Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears come to town. So I got 37-20. My guy has 24-13. I appreciate you.
Well, yeah, one last thing is since you're powered by Bet US, I think the over was 51. I mean, really, the safe bet on this is to just take y'all by the points. I think it's 7.5.
Yeah, 7.5, and that's the biggest favorite we've been in like 7 years.
But yeah, it's like so. I mean, I'm kind of against the grain. A lot of people think it could be like that. We'll see.
Okay, we will see. I appreciate you for coming on the channel. I know you got to run, man. It's like the 3rd time we linked up. If y'all ever need me on the show, let me know.
Love it, man. Love it. Thanks for having me again. And good luck on. Well, man, I'm cheering for Jaden Daniels to be offensive rookie of the year, dude.
My guy. And I hope y'all don't have to put up with 2 decades of Dan Snyder-like ownership over there in Carolina. Stay strong, my guy.
Thank you, my man.
Yes, sir. Leave us JC Horn when y'all leave the stadium.
All right. We'll do it. No, we won't.
I got you, my guy. But you heard my guy. That is the opinion coming from Carolina, y'all. He thinks it's going to be a game where there's not going to be a bunch of scoring required because there's going to be a bunch of running. There's going to be no stopping the run, and we're going to be in and out of there by, he said, about 3:15. He expects this game to be done by. So what are y'all feeling about this one? We could talk about it. Washington's having a fucking job fair. We're bringing guys off the street. We brought the washed Fuller brother in for a tryout. I didn't even know this nigga wanted to play football still. a lot of interesting topics going into this one. But the last thing I see happening is Washington giving in to a trap game, because I don't believe Washington's drinking its own Kool-Aid yet. I saw my boy Jaden on Sunday. I saw that stare he had on his face. I see it. He didn't look like a guy that is satisfied with how we played on Sunday. I don't see that at all. I think 37-20 sounds about right. They're going to score some points on us early. They're going to go toe-to-toe with us for about a quarter and a half to a half of football. I don't want to overlook an opponent, but I think Jaden has his closest to his Florida college game against this team on Sunday. If it don't happen versus these guys, it's probably not ever going to happen this season. I've watched that Carolina defense. I looked at the condensed versions. I've seen them. They're giving up 34 points a game. Everybody's frying them. Kirk fried them. Caleb fried them. Everybody is deep frying Panthers on this side of town. So they better win big. It's not just a normal game. Washington is honoring possibly the greatest Redskin of all time, Darryl Green. Absolute amazing human being. That guy caught a pick for 19 years in a row. That is ridiculous. We can barely catch a damn pick in 2024. Our defense is ass, but we will still win by 2 possessions. I am guaranteeing that. A lot of people are PTSD. Oh, our defense is so bad. Listen, we played against the fucking MVP last week. Our defense is bad, but Andy Dalton is not Lamar Jackson. They are not the Ravens. We're going to win this game by multiple possessions. With all due respect, look at Cuz talk about we're going to score 40 on them boys. I got 37-20. I got 37-20. Chicago getting a 40 burger too. Oh, we're about to dial in. I don't know if y'all saw Jaden Daniels with the Pooh Shiesty ski mask on at practice today. And if you saw his face on the sideline, that boy means business. That boy means business. And as bad as our defense has been at times this year, they have shown one thing. They will make a fool out of a bad offense. They did it versus Cleveland. They did it versus the Arizona Cardinals, who were not a bad offense coming into that game. We've seen them be opportunistic against bad offenses. Well, here come the worst fucking team in the NFL. The parity in this league is high. Washington is not good enough yet to look past anyone, but fuck all that. It's the Carolina Panthers, y'all. It is the Carolina Panthers. You cannot win this game by less than you win it by any means. So if we end up winning by 1, it will not please me, but fuck it. But you got to come out of this game a 2-possession victor. A 2-possession victor, or we're looking around like, all right, guys, we better lock the fuck in, or Chicago's going to come in here and drum us for the 2nd year in a row. Lock in, y'all. Jaden looks like he means big. Jaden's face on the sideline at the end of the Ravens game told me that he probably had his VR with the Carolina film ready to go on the bus, on the Napa Way bus on his way back last week. So I think we're going to lock in. I don't think this coaching staff is going to have this team overlooking anybody. I would cuss the team out and tell them they suck and they ain't did shit yet. And how dare you overlook the Panthers? I'll be getting them riled up this week. It's back at home weekend at the stadium. We back at the crib. Probably about to throw the burgundy on goal one more again. We haven't lost at home yet. But it's time for us to stomp a team again. And we've shown capable of such. I seen a stat earlier, and that shit was flabbergasting to me. It said something along the lines of Washington is the most efficient scoring team in like the last 30 years or something crazy like that. Let me find this shit. That shit had me like, oh my God. Here we go. Highest percent of drives resulting in a score in the last 30 seasons. Jaden Daniels, Washington Commanders at 61.8%. And the other teams in this category are the Greatest Show on Turf, 2000 Rams, led by Kurt Warner. The 2007 Peyton Manning Colts, The 2015 Patriots with Brady and the 2007 undefeated best team I've ever seen in my life, New England Patriots. We are scoring efficiently on the clip with some of the greatest offenses in NFL history through 6 weeks. So you can leave all that, but you're not playing anybody shit at the door. A lot of teams have bad schedules, and not everybody is scoring like the Commanders. And we're doing so with a fucking rookie quarterback. So talk to us nice, man. Talk to us nice. Point blank, period. We've arrived earlier than scheduled. We remained in the top 10 of most people's power rankings despite losing to the Ravens because most people said, you know what? They went up there and they passed the test. They didn't win, but they definitely passed the test and absolutely did the quarterback pass the test versus the Ravens last week after Baltimore and King Henry. Carolina's looking tasty. It's get right week. It's get right week. It's get your life together and get ready for Chicago. Get ready to start playing some more divisional games after Chicago. Get ready to start gearing up for a playoff run because we've now played our way into a different reality in 2024. It's still an evaluation season no matter what, but you've won enough early on and you've put enough on tape and seen enough from your rookie quarterback that you can say, this team should make the playoffs, and this team right now should be favorite in this dumbass division. So let's get out there this weekend and let's get active. Let's prepare for the Carolina Panthers like they are the Ravens 2.0. Let's get out there and put a fucking show on. They flexed our game to 425 next week. They wanted to flex the Ravens game to prime time. We are the newest, hottest shit in the league. So, man, let's take this game seriously. But Adam Peters, give him time. He's going to cook. He's going to cook. Them boys last year, them boys traded Montez Sweat and Chase Young away. Y'all want an update on Montez Sweat and Chase Young? Washington currently has 3 players on its roster right now. Dante Fowler Jr., Dorrance Armstrong, and Frankie Louvu. All 3 of these guys have at least 3 sacks right now. Chase has 1.5, and Montez has 2.5. We're getting pass rushing production from people. We watched Devontae Adams and Amari Cooper both go for conditional thirds and third-round picks. We got a third for Jahan Dotson, who had 1 catch for 13 yards last week. He has 63 yards in 5 games this season. We got a third-round pick for that, where teams are trading elite superstars for the same amount. Trust. We could easily, it's not a word I put on anything. We can't easily go 7-2 because the Bears, the Giants, the Steelers, the Eagles, those aren't easy games to win, but they are winnable. They are possible, and we could do it. Chase already on the trade block. I already seen it. He already on the trade block and shit, and he just got to New Orleans on a 1-year prove-it deal. And speaking of the difference between pretenders and contenders, remember the Saints after 2 weeks? Oh my God, the Clint Kubiak offense. The Saints are marching in. No, the Saints are fucking 2-4, 2-5 right now. They won their first 2, ain't won a fucking game since. So you can get humbled real fast. Adam Peters is cooking in AP, we trust. But Jaden Daniels is not playing no games. Our rookie quarterback is having one of the most efficient starts to a season we've ever seen in this league, and especially from a rookie quarterback. But there's a lot of shit happening in Ashburn right now. There's a whole lot of shit going on. Jonathan Allen out for the season with a torn titty. Javonte Jean-Baptiste is on IR. Dan Quinn said in his presser today, he's hoping it's short-term IR, and we're not going to lose him for an extended amount of time. We signed a defensive end Jalen Holmes to the active roster, former first-round pick of the Vikings, played with the Saints, Giants, Bears, Vikings, and most recently for the Jets. We signed Sheldon Day again from the practice squad to the active roster. We signed defensive tackle Carl Davis to the practice squad. Dorrance Armstrong's Instagram stories look like he might be out for a while. He was talking about, please help me, Jesus, when he was going to get an MRI. I hope that's just anxiety from being in the hospital, because your boy, I don't like hospitals, so I get a little anxious when I get there. But Dan Quinn didn't have any information about that. Brian Robinson Jr. returned to practice today on a limited basis, but he's out there moving around. We might get our guy back. I wouldn't be mad if they rested him for another week. And we held a job fair with Kyle Fuller, the brother of Kendall, the older brother of Kendall, Michael Ojemudia, defensive tackle De'Adrian Sweat. We're just trying to get some bodies out here because we got hit with the injury bug in Baltimore, so we need some guys to pull it up. Crazy how people try to downplay the Commanders by saying we can't beat winning teams. We're not even supposed to be a top 10 team. And exactly, recalibration, rebuild. We've just arrived earlier than anticipated. So I got to stew over this game for the last couple of days. I watched the entire game again, and I've seen some film breakdowns of it. We didn't play a bad football game on Sunday, and while we did play pretty bad defensively, it was not as bad as we thought coming out. It was not as bad as my somber ass was. I just wanted it badly. But we're still putting a lot of good things on tape, and we're bailing teams out. We're getting stops, but getting penalties on third down. We're extending and giving teams a life raft when they're about to drown. We got to stop doing that. Correct. Johnny Newton, Fedarian Mathis, step up. But you know who needs to step up the most? Daron Payne, the money man. You're getting almost $23 million a year. For whatever reason in the past, Daron Payne has played better when Jonathan Allen wasn't on the field. So it's put up or shut up time. D. Payne, you need to lead that unit. We may be without our best edge rusher, Dorrance Armstrong. So it's time for Payne to look like contract year Payne. You're allowed to sack the quarterback on years you're not due a contract, sir. You're allowed to get after it. It's time. Step up because your brother's gone. The other side of the Alabama wall is gone. It's Fedarian Mathis and Johnny Newton season. A luxury pick turns into a pick that we now need to depend on. Let's hope Phil Mathis, let's hope Johnny Newton, Quan Martin, and Sam Cosmi can cure us of all second-round curses until the end of time. I once owned a Steve Smith Storm jersey. Shout out to Steve Smith, man. One of the toughest receivers of all time. Gave it to your ex. She was a Panthers fan. Daron Payne got to step up for sure. For sure. I need us to put BTA this way. Belt to ass. Yes, sir. Belt to ass this weekend, baby. I got 37-20. What y'all thinking? Let me know in the chat. I got 37-20 because I think they're going to get some points up early. And I think we may get up on them, and we may be able to pull the Cleveland again and be able to pull the starters out so we can get ready for the Chicago game the following week. Louvu will go off. I need him to because Louvu was nowhere. I love Frankie Louvu. That is the best player on our defense right now. Louvu was nowhere to be found versus the Ravens on Sunday, but that's a great football team. The Carolina Panthers are not. Jamin Davis has to dress to step up. He has to dress to step up, and we need bodies at D tackle, and he should. Oh, but he has to now because John Baptiste. So yes, he does need to step up. I'm not going to expect anything from him. Fat girls aren't as fun as they used to be. You have to travel abroad now. I love stumbling into random ass comments like that because you know Buddy meant that shit. You know he meant that shit, bro. Had him a war flashback of a nice little thick joint he used to deal with. 45-10, 42-17, 41-20. I like it. I like it. Football fans can't realize a one-year rebuild actually working if it smacked them in the face. Exactly. The whole NFC North, that division is like that. Sam Darnold and the Vikings, the Detroit Lions, the Packers, and the Bears, everybody with at least 4 wins, that division is gunsmoke. That is the division of death right now. Boy, oh boy, they look like they got 4 playoff contenders on that one team. Hot take, 40 bomb, and the Browns have 2 tutties. Noah and Diami. Okay, Noah Brown and Diami Brown both scoring on the same day. Everybody run to play the Powerball if that's the case. Noah Brown needs to be rewarded with a touchdown at some point. I don't care who scores ultimately, as long as we're still putting points up on the board. We still are tied with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers for the most points scored this year with 178. And the Bucs had a 51-point performance to catch us at 178 on Sunday. So I'm here for it. I think we may finally see that we've been waiting on that game where Jaden's going to flirt with 100 yards rushing and maybe 300 yards passing. If it weren't for a missed pass interference, a drop, and a couple of other looks on Sunday, Jaden easily goes for 300 versus the Ravens. It's time to pass some stats on Sunday. It's time to make up for some of these games where the numbers weren't exactly numbering. I think 37-20. I'm not mad at that. That's a 17. That's a 3-possession game. I hate giving up 20 to the Panthers, but Chuba Hubbard is one of the hottest running backs in the league. I know that because he's one of my fantasy running back. He puts up numbers weekly. He's had over 90 yards for 4 weeks in a row. The guy can run the ball. He has 485 yards this year. Him and Deontay Johnson, they are the sparks that keep that offense moving. Xavier Legette is finally getting on the board and catching touchdowns now. Their rookie receiver out of South Carolina that a lot of us, including myself, were very interested for his services in the draft for Washington. So 45-17, I think they used the opportunity to reset confidence. If anybody got a scotch of doubt, yeah, nobody needs to step up this game for the Commanders. Simply don't turn the ball over and they will win by at least 17. I think so too, because you're looking at a Carolina Panthers team with not very much talent, and they have 4 of their 11 defensive starters. So if we can't score 30 plus versus this defense, that is a bad sign. That is a very bad sign. What up, Nash? What's going on, my guy, Nash? Make sure y'all sub up Nash. He started a YouTube channel as well. Make sure y'all go sub my guy up. It's time for McCaffrey and Brown to get in the zone. Yep. Luke McCaffrey and Noah Brown, get your ass in the end zone. And I feel like at some point during practice, we need to do a drill where all these Bammers are just practicing diving in the fucking end zone. Just a full drill of catching the ball at like the 3 and just figuring out how to push the ball over the goal line. This needs to be studied in the season. I want somebody. I'm gonna have to tell Rico from Street Score because he's like the best analytical Commanders content creator. It needs to be studied. All the receivers we've had stopped inside of the 3-2 yard line. I feel like I've seen at least 9 receivers get stopped right at the goal line. Jaden should have like 12 touchdowns right now. He should have Joe Burrow type numbers touchdown wise right now. And the only reason he doesn't because we've had 1,000 receivers getting stopped at the 1 yard line. What are we doing, yo? What are we doing, y'all? Do I think we're buyers? I think we're going to attempt to buy. I think Adam Peters and Lance Newmark are working the phones like a call center right now. I think they're calling a lot of teams. I just don't think it works like fans think it works. It's not as simple as we want a corner. Let's go get a corner. Corners got to be available. Corners, left tackles, and quarterbacks are 3 of the most valuable positions in this league. And those are not really positions that you're willing to come up off of. You got to go to teams with guys with expiring contracts and say, yo, if you're not going to extend this guy, we're willing to pay him and trade for him, which y'all trying to do. But just because you want it don't mean it's going to happen. This is not Madden. You cannot force the trade through. It takes 2 to tango. And I want all the fans out there to understand it takes 2 to tango. We would love to have J.C. Horn. The Carolina Panthers probably have no interest in trading J.C. Horn because he's one of the handful of actual decent players on their roster. So It sounds good, but don't be out here fire Adam Peters because your little fantasy trade that you're concocting in your brain doesn't come to fruition in real life, because it doesn't work like that. Wide receivers get traded because wide receivers are a high commodity as well. But the way that the market is moving for receivers, a lot of teams aren't willing to pay the freight or the going rate for a wide receiver. So they're willing to part with them. Wide receivers are the hot shit right now. We saw Cooper, we saw Adams go. The Panthers may come up off of Deontay Johnson. You have to trade for what's available. You cannot make something available that is not available, but somebody could go in fire sale mode. Somebody could say our season is tanked. We're trying to stack as much draft capital as possible. Somebody can be us at the deadline last year. We were sellers. We sold Sweat and Young because we said we're not gonna. These guys are not gonna re-sign with us, and we're starting over. So let's stack the deck for the next GM that we're gonna hire. And we stacked the deck for Adam Peters, and now he came in with a stacked deck and he's building on it. And he might have put together in 7 months an NFC East champion in his first year of phasing out Ron Rivera's blunders, all the misses, all the bullshit that is on his roster. B-Rob was at practice today. I think he's going to play. Dan Quinn at his presser, he was like, it was really hard to rule him out. And of course, B-Rob wanted to play, but he was limited at practice. They're not making him run too hard. He has a compression sleeve on his knee. They won't give specifics about his knee. We just know it's a knee. You know, Coach speak, hey, he's got a knee. He's got an elbow. He's got a neck. Yeah, nigga, we know he has one. What's wrong with him? But I'm not mad at them for keeping that information out there. Sometimes Ron he popped off at the lips too much. He told too much of in-house business. Keep family business. It's probably better we don't know exactly what's wrong with Brian Robinson's knee. If it was a big concern, we probably would know. 432 in the chat, 125 likes. The math don't add up. Smash that like button. Y'all heard my guy Jalen's dad. What's going on, family? Smash that like button for your boy. We got over 400 in here. Hit that like button. It helps push this shit out to a wider audience. We just hit 14,000. Let's hit 15K by Thanksgiving, baby. Let's get it in. We do need a cornerback. We need a playmaking safety. We need another edge rusher. We could possibly still use another weapon. There was never going to be a world where Adam Peters was going to come in one off season and fix all of Ron's illnesses of this roster in one off season, because the damage they did here was damning. So many missed draft picks, so many low ceiling free agent signings. We didn't get any better in 4 years. So they have to sift through that shit and start cooking up their own shit. That's why we got so many expiring short-term contracts in free agency with veteran culture setters like Zach Ertz and Bobby Wagner, and putting these guys in positions to come out there and compete. Look at what the offensive line additions are doing. Nick Allegretti and Tyler Biadasz, they're hooping. Andrew Wiley is playing good this year. Our offensive line went from one of the worst in the leagues to one of the strengths of this team. That is good coaching, that is execution, and that is players buying into what the coaches are selling. The last guys, they didn't sell shit, and the players weren't buying it. There were constant miscommunications. We looked bad on Sunday, but we were just getting beat. We were getting beat by a really, really good football team. It doesn't look like before, even when we lose games. Spot Hubbard 95 yards and a touch. Oh, yeah. And that's why I'm spotting them 20. I'm going to spot them a 20 piece. I'm going 37-20 Washington Commander. I'm giving us, 4 touchdowns and 3 field goals. So 7 scoring drive. 4 tutties, 3 field goals. Sounds like a Commanders game. Jaden Daniels is in street clothes with his aviator shades on by the time the fourth quarter comes around. Get in, get out, take care of business. We're not looking past these guys, and this may be unpopular. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know if I'm tripping. I don't want to defer this week. I don't want to defer to the Panthers. We always win the fucking toss and defer. I want the ball first. I want to take their heart out from the opening whistle. I want to go right down the field and score before they're able to buckle up their fucking chin strap. I want to go down there and set the tone on Sunday. Am I tripping? Do y'all want it after halftime? I'm not playing chess with the Carolina Panthers. I'm sorry. I want to get this in and out and done, and I want Jaden Daniels in the fourth quarter on the Surface Pro looking at the Chicago defense. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to go out here and play a nail biter with the Carolina Panthers. Let's get this shit in, out, and over with off the rip. Take the ball first. Stop deferring. Take the ball first. Give it to number 5. Let him, Brian Robinson, in this offense, take it right down the field and take the soul from him immediately. That's what the 2 Bears fans sitting next to me said last year. Yeah, man, they beat our ass in prime time last year in the All Blacks. We're pulling them out again this year. We got number 5 this time. I'm not concerned about the offense. I'm looking forward to seeing what. Yeah, I'm looking for Darian Mathis has been one of the biggest surprises of the season. He actually looks like a dude. He actually looks like the guy they drafted him to be a couple years ago, because he hadn't shown a fucking thing up to this point before. But this year he looks active. I dare you to say he looks more active than Payne and Allen had been. Scary Terry twice at the 1-yard line. Noah Brown and De'Ami Brown at the 1-yard line. B-Rob twice. Austin twice. And tight end. Oh, and not to mention, Luke McCaffrey has been stopped at the 2 and the 1-yard line twice. So Jaden should literally have like 13 touchdowns right now. Week 1, McCaffrey at the 1. Versus the Bengals, McCaffrey at the 2. Like, we got to teach these guys how to get in the end zone, man. What it do, family? How we doing tonight? What up, Big Simp? What up, Big Simp? We're going to put belt to ass this weekend, and we're going to come in playing games. Is Johnny Newton going to step up? I think they're ramping him up. I think so. We're going to see what he's about. I think Adam Peters is probably like, unleash my guy. Unleash him. No more snap. No more pitch count for him. It's time to turn up. Jonathan Allen's out now. So get your ass in shape and in gear, and let's go. We need not 1 but 2 DBs. We need 2 corners, and we may need a playmaking safety to add to it as well. We need a few things, and we were never going to get all that in 1 year. Johnny Newton should have his breakout game. What better team to do it against? Yeah, they're pretty stout on the inside. They got 2 good guards. They got a good tackle in Ike Ekwonu, but it's the fucking Panthers. Let's go. Turn up on these boys this weekend. They should be an ass whooping. And they got to see us coming off an L. They got to see us coming off a heartbreaking L to a team we thought we had a shot on Sunday. Jaden Daniels is definitely coming with it. He's bringing his best bullshit out on Sunday. Sennett would have scored on that touchdown that Ertz. Oh, my God. It needs to be studied how Zach Ertz did not get in the end zone. He caught the ball and immediately started moving horizontally. How the hell? I think my big ass might have gotten the end zone on that catch, but that's me personally. But going back to the Ravens game, after watching it again, Jaden made like 3 or 4 throws that like 97% of every quarterback I've watched play for us in my life could not make. That guy is so good, man. He's so good. He's so level-headed. They asked him about the Panthers today. He said, bro, we could lose to anybody. This is the NFL. He's not looking past opponents. He's going to take them very seriously. And he don't want to hear, oh, they've got the least sacks in the league. I believe they only have like 6 sacks this year. They've only got like 6 defensive sacks this year. He's not trying to hear none of that. He's trying to go out and get it done. I get it. We've been beating teams we supposed to be. No, but that's the thing, though. We're not even supposed to be beating these teams. We're supposed to be one of these teams that they're saying we're supposed to beat. Our win-loss total prediction going into the season in Vegas was 5.5 games. So they thought we were either a 4, 5, or 6 win team coming off a 4-13 season. You had 24 new players and 14 new starters with 4 rookie starters and a starting rookie quarterback. We're supposed to be the teams that they're saying we're supposed to be. So don't try to switch the narrative when we start winning games, because we're not even supposed to be here yet. We're still trying to figure out who we are. There's still an identity crisis, but not really. We've established an identity, and the Cowboys have lost theirs. The Cowboys have no identity right now. And the Eagles, they look like the same team that fell to 2-6 down the stretch after a freaking 9-1 start last year. So I'm just saying, bro, there opportunity is there for us at this point. Game previews aside, why do you think other fans aren't giving us? Because we still got stench on us. We still have the stench of the last 25 years on our organization. Dan Snyder left a resounding, negative, disgusting stench on this organization. It's going to take a talent like Jaden Daniels and a couple seasons of stacked, sustained excellence for people to look past who we've been. Because even when we started to briefly show strides, even when we were average and we weren't the worst teams in the league, we always led the league in headlines. We always led the league in bullshit stories and something coming down from the top of the organization. We still have the stench on us. Our reputation precedes us. That is why people look at us and say, boo-hoo, same old Washington. It's even our fans too. They still feel the PTSD. I've seen fans, hey, Rio, we're going to lose to the Panthers this week. This is the start of our downfall. Hey, Rio, this is where it all goes to hell. We're going to lose a few games in a row, and I'm like, bro, this is not the Washington pre-Adam Peters, Josh Harris, Dan Quinn, Jaden Daniels. This isn't that. This team looks like it's too prepared and it plays too hard to go out and take a month of losses. You know, like a couple years ago in 2022, where it was the first time in like 15 years Washington had 7 wins on the board before the month of December, and we had like a 69% chance to make the playoffs. And what did we do in December? A tie in all losses. We lost everything else until the final week of the season. So this ain't that. This is not that. And with 5 behind the center, I believe in this team already. And I also believe we played our toughest test of the season last week at Baltimore. I know division games are always going to be a dogfight. We got 2 to battle with the Philadelphia Eagles, who we always play tough, no matter who's coaching or who's quarterbacking. The Cowboys, who still have no identity, they are a all one-dimensional, all-style, no substance, no physicality. You punch them, they're dead type football team. So we got the division. We got the 2 teams in the NFC South. We got the Saints and the Falcons. We got the Tennessee Titans. We got the Chicago Bears, and we got the Carolina Panthers on Sunday. And we got another amazing defense when Pittsburgh comes to town. But man, this is not the Washington of old, y'all. This is not the Washington of old. I want the defense to set the tone. Be mad about last week. Whoop that ass with a first possession punt or turnover. And Andy Dalton had 2 picks last week. He's capable of turning it over. But I ain't mad at you for that. But we put the defense out there every week, and on most weeks they get scored on. I want the unit that I can put money on. I want the unit that I can count on and depend on to go out and set the tone on Sunday. I want Jaden Daniels to get the fans up in their seat, the cheerleaders, pom-poms popping, and I want it to feel like a fucking family reunion on the first drive of the game. Come out clicking on all cylinders, bomb, Terry, a little rushing, a little quarterback. I want us to come out showing a little bit of why our offense is top 2 in this league right now and why we're one of the most efficient scoring offenses through 6 weeks in the last 30 years of football, compared to the likes of the greatest show on turf, the 2007 Patriot, the Super Bowl Indianapolis Colts. That's how efficiently our offense is scoring right now, and it's led by a rookie. That is who sets the tone for this team. I don't even want to try to make the defense set the tone for this team, because it's going to piss me off when Chuba Hubbard has 40 yards on the first drive of the game. Big Simple Wild Ass in the chat. What up? What up, Rob? NFL YouTube channel has week 7 power rankings. Washington at number 8. I've seen us at lowest number 9. We remained in the top 10 after a loss. Imagine that. When the last time you could say Washington lost a football game but remained in the top 10 of the power rank? This shit is all a new feeling to me. It's all a new feeling. I think Noah Brown acts up this week. I think it will be good because he played his ass off in Baltimore. He played it. I know Terry had the 2 touchdowns. Those 2 touchdowns do not exist if Noah Brown doesn't make some tough catches and gets his ass open. And you know they did miss a PI call, but me, I don't like to factor on the zebras. I don't like to talk about zebras. And yes, I know zebras do affect the game. My boy Rap, what it do, Rap? Shout out to my guy. This is your number 1 content creator. If you want to hear anything about the Minnesota Vikings, my boy, I know y'all feeling good over there. Y'all got a big test coming up this weekend, man. Y'all got the Lions this week. It's about to get real over there. How does undefeated life feel? How does sitting on top of the league feel? We got a QB for sure. Appreciate you, man. You know I've been longing for one for so long. And y'all have such a good ecosystem built there with Kevin O'Connell calling stuff, reviving Sam Darnold from the USC quarterback that was drafted top 3 in 2018. JJ McCarthy's going to be just fine when he comes back off that injury after sitting and learning for a year. Y'all are in such good hands. Brian Flores got y'all defense acting up. Y'all going crazy. We're going to see just how real you are because the Lions coming in humming. The Lions are coming in humming. Y'all division different. Y'all division is different, my boy. Appreciate you for stopping by the channel. You know, maybe, just maybe, our teams could end up clashing on some postseason shit, and me and you could get the collabs going around playoff time. That's going to be different, man. Appreciate you for stopping by the chat. I love Darryl Green as a player, but as a person, he is a cold-blooded asshole. Real to whoa, damn. So you must have had a bad experience with that. I met Darryl Green like 3 times, but my encounters were short, so I wouldn't know. But damn, what Darryl Green do that I don't know about? I've heard that he seemed like a world-class, genuine human being. Cowgirls, Lions look different too. Man, I hate that Aiden Hutchinson got hurt. That gruesome ass that injury, man. Aiden Hutchinson was about to have a TJ Watt type defensive player of the year season, man. Prayers up for Aiden Hutchinson, by the way. Rasheed and AP, we trust. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I feel good, man. I feel good, man. I got 37-20. I'm going back to that. Could you imagine? Oh my God. I can't even imagine talking about Super Bowls yet, but damn, man. What my man Darryl Green do to you? Jaden in the shiesty Black Air Force energy. Jaden first had the scowl on the sideline last week. Looked like he hated life after losing because he said, I hate losing. And a real competitor, they hate losing equivalently to liking winning. But Jaden had the shiesty ski mask on at practice. It might be a scary sight on Sunday. Certainly say that, and sorry they are doing us like that. We have trauma, Rio, but we must become believers and let Adam cook. We playing with house money. Everything is a bonus, and we can't lose sight of that because success came earlier than expected. Preach it. Keep it in your heads, bruh. We're coming out there, man. We're coming out there. Belt to ass from the get-go. We got to. I feel you, bruh. You want JD5 to look real quarterbacky, and he has been, man. Bro, that man made some throws on something. You know that Adrian Peterson clip from the top 100 where he was just all of a sudden gay out of nowhere. He said he was talking about Mahomes. When I seen him throw that ball, that's me watching Jaden, bro. When I seen him throw that seam route, hit Ertz, hit Noah Brown, that motherfucking pump throw to Terry in the end zone, back shoulder over the defender. Oh my God. Oh my God. I felt where Adrian Peterson was coming from in that clip. I felt where he was coming. Just like, that's my quarterback. That's my quarterback. That's our guy. That's our guy, man. Happy for the Vikings for real. Shout out my guy, Rap, Vocal Vike. Make sure y'all follow him. He's a great follow. He knows his shit, and the Vikings are rolling right now. You love to see fans of teams that haven't got to see prominence recently start to pick it up because it feels good. It feels good. Cleveland Browns made a video to DQ saying, I heard you need a high competitive cornerback. For real? Is this real or is this some trolling shit? Hold up. The Cleveland Browns Twitter did. We talking about a podcaster. Fill me and give me the context of that. I heard you need a high competitive cornerback. Are they shopping a cornerback? Are they fire selling in Cleveland? Because they have 3 cornerbacks I'm interested in. I love Denzel Ward. I really like Martin Emerson, and I will gladly take Greg Newsome. And he's looking for a contract. I would be down. I would be down for real. There's a reason I've been stoked for Noah Brown. He's very complimentary. He's like the perfect decoy second option receiver for this offense. Was parallel with the ground making catches, bruh. And he catches with his hands. He catches with his mitts. Nobody catch bandit shit over there. I didn't get an alert, big homie live. YouTube be hey man, YouTube be bullshitting, you know. They be trying to pull from our pockets, but I'm glad you could step in now, man. I'm glad you could step in now. Happy for the Vikings as well. I want to hear that Darryl Green story. I want to know too, because Darryl Green seems like one of the most genuine human beings, but you never know any people, and they say never meet your idols. Never meet your heroes. Wait, Darryl Green will never meet you. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking when he said that. Unfortunately, I've had a bad experience with Darryl Green as well. Just didn't want to bring it up. Damn, Charles, for real? That's crazy. I've heard bad experiences with like Joe Theismann, but Darryl Green? Damn. What type of time Darryl Green be on, man? They say never meet your idols, man. I don't believe the Darryl Green story. He doesn't have a rap sheet. I mean, you don't have to have a rap sheet. Some people are just assholes. Or sometimes you catch people on a bad day. Like, I'm not a celebrity. I'm a regular fucking person. But I can imagine as a celebrity, sometimes you're going through shit in your personal life. Sometimes I'm not trying to talk to no fucking fan. Sometimes I'm just trying to go buy these peaches at the store real quick and leave. I'm trying to step out, head down, go home. Sometimes I'm having a fucked up day. You could be dealing with something with your marriage. You could be dealing with something at work. You could be dealing with some high profile shit. And sometimes you don't feel like dealing with people. So I don't know what situations niggas went through, but you know, there's always 2 sides to stories and all that shit, though, man. Let's not get carried away. We still need a 1B. Oh no, and I'm not opposed to us adding a weapon. I don't care what nobody says. I'm still for it, bro, because you go all in on your quarterback. Cleveland cornerback Denzel Ward video. I don't know, but I will gladly take any of them. I will gladly. All their corners are better than everything we got. Our best corner is Noah Igbenogany. Mike Sanders still's a slot corner, but he's coming along quite nicely. What's up? Final score prediction: 37-17. That's almost what I got. I got 37-20. I got them getting some late bullshit like the Browns got versus us at the end of the game where Bobby Wagner got dunked on in the back of the end zone. But Noah Brown reminds you of Cam Sims. Yeah, Cam Sims, but I could see it. Cam Sims, but more productive. Our fans used to do the most with Cam Sims, though. Like, our fans thought that Cam Sims was Calvin Johnson, and that shit was frustrating. Like, I know we love our guys, but Jesus Christ, bro. I saw some Bears fans talk crazy after that Jags fan saying, yeah, I know. I saw the seam ball back shoulder to Keenan Allen against the opposing end zone. That was a really good throw by Caleb Williams. I saw a lot of them say Jaden Daniels could never make that throw. And I was like, this is how we know y'all aren't ball knowers in Chicago. Jaden makes 2 to 3 of those every week. He does it every week. He's done it. Every week he's put throws out there that make you say quarterbacky. Like, damn, that boy good. It's crazy because I really like Caleb Williams, but the Bears fans, they make me want to root against my guy, bro. Never meet your hero. That's what they always say it, man. Attitude-wise, he's sure a lot better. I say we take them lightly, and Andy Dalton comes out firing. Hey, chill out. Chill out, Kuda. Kuda always coming in pessimistic as hell, bro. This ain't Sam Howell quarterbacking this team, and this ain't Del Rio coaching the defense. Same as son went to the same private school as my boy, and I asked him for an autograph, and dude just ignored me. I wouldn't even be offended if he said that he can't. Like, damn. Washington went through the same thing that Minnesota is going through when Cousins left. The team improved the following year. I don't think Greg Newsom's trash, but I don't think he's everybody looks like a savior when everybody here stinks. But Greg Newsom is a solid starting cornerback in this league. Greg Newsom better than all the corners on our roster, which isn't saying much, but he ain't worth throwing the kitchen sink for. I met Joe Gibbs at a religious meeting. He had just lost his fifth game as a head coach, 0-5. I stepped up to his table and told him we were all behind him. We believed in him. He screamed at me, meeting here. Jesus Christ, that's a hilarious story. And to be perfectly honest, whatever happened when he screamed at you, it worked because he became one of the greatest coaches of all time. So I'm glad that wasn't a pleasant encounter for you. Am I an asshole for that? Jaden's first TD pass had Tony Romo talking about Patrick. Yeah, and calling us the red. Y'all, no bullshit. Jaden be having everybody hypnotized. Browns and Ravens shut down our RPO. It's a copycat league. I bet from here on out, the RPO is dead. It's not as simple as that. You still got to stop it. We scored 34 points in a C-plus effort versus the Browns, and we left some shit on the table versus the Ravens. So they're not finna stop it just because it worked. And you got to have the facilities for that, big man. You can't just do what other teams do. The fuck are the Panthers going to do trying to imitate what the Ravens did to us? The Panthers don't got the bodies or the talent to do that. You got to have that to copy it, you know? We can try to be something you're not. I am not a celebrity. I'm a real actor, Marvel villain from the series Echo. I be on set watching your shit, keeping up, but we stay humble. I appreciate that. Hey, shout out to Echo. Shout out to Echo. I need to watch that shit, but not there. If I'm a celebrity, I'm an F-list celebrity because I'm not, but people know me in the DMV. People know me in the DMV. People be running into me at the store. So I can imagine what a real celebrity goes through. Appreciate you, Adrian. So you be watching my shit on the set. That's fire. That's fire. I seen Roy Hibbert a few weeks ago on Wisconsin Avenue. I ain't even bothered that man. What's Roy Hibbert back in the city now? What's Roy Hibbert up to in 2024? Check this scenario. We have a good O-line. We have a good line. Pick up T. Higgins in the offseason. Draft Austin Genty from Boise State. We may miss adding one of the top corner. No, we can move up and down the board. I do understand luxury. When you're a good team, luxury picks like that do exist. So I don't hate what you're saying. But there's a couple corners, and we can work our way up a board. Good teams do it all the time. If you target it and you have robust draft capital, you target a corner, you get yourself in position to get one of them. I think we got one of those GMs that whatever they feel like we need, they're going to make sure we get it on this team. Cam Sims was actually so trash. Never understood the hype. But then again, it's crazy because Cam Sims didn't even ever flash at Alabama. He didn't flash in college, and he was an okay, sometimes complimentary piece. But it's crazy how this fan base, they be having fat heads on their wall. They be having the most jaggiest of Jag players wrapped on their cars. Like, that should be crazy. We've been through some shit here, man. They could have caught him on a bad day. That's why I'm saying I don't judge people. I don't know their situation. I'm not the most pleasant person to be around when I'm really going through some shit. I'll put a hat and a hood on, keep my head down, and keep it pushing. Yeah, what's good with you, man? Have a good one. Like, if I'm going through some shit, I can't just stop what I'm doing. Sometimes I'm on a mission to get in and out of where I'm at. I like B-Rob. B-Rob is more than a Jag. B-Rob's a good running back. I won't say he's elite, but he's a good running back. What's up with Luke? Can we have a Luke McCaffrey coming out party on his brother's old team? I think it's possible. Everything's possible this week. The corner opposite JC Horn is not scary. So we gotta have our shots this weekend. Kuda talks like this, and we always play well. Oh, yeah. You're right. Kuda's cooking. Kuda's cooking, man. Kuda's cooking. You're right. We're going to know right where to find Andy. He ain't going nowhere. And that's true. You need not just lying. We'll be able to tell a lot about this game if our coaches have them ready to play. The Panthers offense, hey, we're not gonna not be ready to play. They haven't come not ready to play yet once this year. We weren't not ready versus the Bucks or versus the Ravens. We haven't seen our team not ready to play yet. It hasn't looked like the Ron Rivera Commanders Redskins yet. RPO will always be visible. Nobody's killing it. There's nothing you're just going to eliminate from the game just because it's a copycat league. That's why when people say, when they get the film on Jaden Daniels, he's still going to fry. They're going to get the film on good quarterbacks, and the special one's still special on Sunday. I mean, CJ Stroud's an MVP candidate right now. League got a whole bunch of film on CJ Stroud. What that film doing for him? They have one loss this year. You know what I'm saying? You can have film all you want to. You still got to stop it. When you play against Justin Jefferson, when you play against Jamar Chase, you know exactly what they do well, what they don't do well, and they're still going to, you can bracket cover them, you can double them. They're still going to do what they do on a Sunday afternoon, you know? When are we going to see more Ben Sinnott? That is a great question. I would like someone to ask Cliff Kingsbury that during his availability tomorrow, because the coordinators speak to the media on Thursdays here with Joe Witt and Cliff Kingsbury. That's a great question. I think there's a world where Ben Sinnott just isn't ready, you know? And the few times we've seen him out there with the offense this year, this motherfucker can't dial up a snap count. Hella false starts, illegal formations type shit. So maybe they don't feel comfortable putting that guy out there yet. I trust whatever Cliff's doing because our offense is rolling. Our offense is rolling. Does Newsome cover number ones? Not over in Cleveland. Denzel Ward covers now. They got Newsome in the slot right now. They got Emerson and Denzel Ward on the outside there, but he's an outside corner and has an outside corner profile. Jared and I said Ravens offense would cook us, and they did. I mean, that's not a very out there statement. You said the second best offense in the league would cook us. That's not jumping off a ledge there. Congratulations. There will be more college offense stuff in the league, not less in the future. Of course. What's good, bro? How was your birthday? It was good. It was good. What up, birthday twin? My birthday was cool. I spent the day with my kids, man. I grabbed dinner and drinks with my boy. Shout out to my boy Cooley. It was a good time, man. I enjoyed myself. I appreciate you asking. Smash the like button. We still got over 450 in the house. We've been yapping for the last 1 hour and 21 minutes. We got the Carolina Panthers on Sunday. The Red Rifle, Andy Dalton, 7 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Chuba Hubbard, 484 rushing yards, 4 straight games of over 90 plus. Xavier Legette, the rookie out of South Kakalaki, the hillbilly countryest motherfucker in the NFL right now. Deontay Johnson, who a lot of teams will be looking at trade ability for the guy, because Deontay Johnson's about 5'10", 5'11", but he plays bigger than that. And you can play him on the inside or the outside. He catches everything for the most part, and he finds the end zone. He's a dog. So we do got our hands full on the outside with Xavier Legette and Deontay Johnson. Chuba Hubbard balling. They got a pretty decent O-line. They've kept Dalton safe for the most part, but Dalton will turn that shit over. As efficient as a veteran quarterback as he is, he will turn that shit over. The only reason he didn't have a pick 6 last week is because the Falcons guy dived at about the 5-yard line to just get in and out of there. So, yeah, man. I like our chances. That defense does not oppose any threat. That defense at this point, they're not trying to stop people. They're just trying to play and collect their paycheck. Is J.C. Horn out that motherfucker fighting for his life with 3 other starters and a bunch of players filling in for missing guys? It should be a big everybody type of Sunday. Terry should get some. Noah Brown should get some. B-Rob, Eckler, McNichols. Jaden should have one of his better showings of the season. If not, we got some issues because the Panthers defense is 3rd worst in yards, 1st in point. They're giving your spotting opponents 34 points. They're giving up 34 points. At some point, they may have to go back to Bryce Young this season. Let's make them do that on Sunday. Let's make them do it on Sunday. You can't lose on Darryl Green retirement day. It's back at home weekend at Northwest Stadium. We don't have time to be falling victim to trap games because we are still not good. We are only 2 games above 500. We're not good enough to fill ourselves yet. We need to come in locked in and treat this team like they're a legit threat on Sunday. So let's get right to it. Let's get right to it. All right, George. 38-17. 35-17 Commanders. I'm with it. Let's go Dodgers. I think the Yankees are going to win it all. Don't hate me. I think the Yankees are going to win the World Series. The boys are different. Happy belated. I wasn't able to catch the live, but I'm on now to send the best wishes. My guy, appreciate that, my boy Chris. Appreciate that. I went to Darryl Green and Art Monk's Hall of Fame induction in Canton, Ohio. Sat behind Theismann. He was nice. Took a picture of me. Remembering me and my family. Me and I, Snyder, stood up late. 8-3. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's fire. That's fire. Senate will step up eventually, given Ertz injury history. Let's not wish injury on Ertz. I know he's slow as molasses and doesn't find his way into the end zone, but he is producing for us. I agree with us putting up 30. We're definitely going to put up 30. I got us scoring 37 on Sunday. I got 37-20. Fans about to go crazy whenever Jaden goes to his first Wizards fan. Oh yeah, they're gonna stand up for him. They're gonna stand up for him. Hey, right. Let's not even speak injuries into existence, man. Words have power. They have their way manifesting into reality. But as slow as Ertz has been, him and Jaden have a wonderful rapport, and Jaden finds him early and often most weeks. So his slow ass, I hope he keep doing what he do. I hope he keep doing what he do. What up, Paul? How we doing? I got a 17-point victory on Sunday, 37-20. Let's go into some stat predictions. We're 7.5-point favorites. I got us winning by 17. Can we give Adam Peters a 10-year deal, a lifetime deal? Let's give him the lifetime contract at this point. I think he's going to be quite a phenomenal GM for this team. He's going to have misses, so don't expect him to hit 100% from the field. Everybody has misses. I hope DQ is aggressive and not kicking 55-yard field goals on 4th and 5 the rest of the season. We're the best 4th down conversion team in the league. What are we, 9 for 9 now? I've never known this life as a Redskins Commander football teamer fan. We are 9 for 9 on 4th down. That's kind of crazy. I don't be going 9 for 9 on Madden, bro. We are 100% from the field on 4th. Random thought. Wouldn't it be crazy if Chicago and Washington played in the playoff? I would love it. That shit would be, we would be the primetime spot. They'd put us as the Saturday night primetime playoff game, wild card weekend, if that was the case. That would be amazing. I would love that shit. And I cannot wait for us to play them next week. Roll up that time to put that work in. Yes, sir. Who you think Washington's going to get at the deadline? I'm not sure we make a trade, but I think we're going to try to. And I don't want people to cry if it's not a position you wanted them to get. We all want a cornerback. We all want a DB for this team. That do not mean they're available, though. That does not mean they're available. AP going to be here for a long time. Bought a crib, daughters in school. Yes, sir. And him and the head coach both got 5-year contracts. So we're looking for everybody to get an extension, and we're looking to have to pay Jaden Daniels history-defining money a couple years from now. Jonathan Jones, the corner from New England. I have seen people, I haven't seen no insiders say he's available, but I've seen people say that they could be selling, and they've paired Jonathan Jones from the Patriots with the Commander. They're in one of our toughest divisions right now, but they do have a chance. Would be awesome. They hooping right now, though. They're playing some good football. I don't know if we get anybody at the trade deadline, but I think we're going to try to. I think we could. I'm gonna put it out there. I think we're going to make a trade at the deadline, and I don't think people are going to. I think we're going to fuck around and trade for like another weapon, because I'm not mad if they acquire another weapon because you know what we know is available? Other weapons. We don't know that there's cornerbacks actually available, but we're going to try our best. And fans are going to fucking deal with it whatever way because this ain't Madden. Adam Peters don't need to just make a trade because fans, I don't need Adam Peters to give a single fuck about what fans think about what we should do. To be perfectly honest, T. Higgins sounds good, but I think the Bengals who have like the third easiest schedule going forward, who just got the 2-4, I think they're still going to make the playoffs this year. They might as well get all they can get out of T. Higgins before he walks for free in the offseason. So unless they crash out before the deadline and lose some more, I don't see them trading T. Higgins during the season. But we don't have to treat the deadline like it has to be a shopping spree. I would like us to use it. And Adam Peters already told you he's going to always be a part of the conversations, whether they pull the trigger or not. We're in good hands, y'all. We're in good hands. Every time you, pain. Every time you say corner, I think of Christian Gonzalez. Man. We're just going to have to outscore folks until we put it all together. Absolutely. The defense got to play better at some point, but I think the best team that remains on the schedule, we got them out the way last week with the Baltimore Ravens. We don't got no more of those offenses. There's pieces and there's guys we play. The Falcons like that. We know what the Eagles, when they're clicking on all cylinders, look like, but just know that there ain't no more Lamar Jackson on the motherfucking schedule. Every time somebody mentions Gonzalez, all Washington fans get upset. It make you want to smack somebody for real. Met George Steinbrenner in an elevator at a Rays game. He gave us one. Hey, that's fire. Beers on us, boys. Oh, that's fire. That's dope. That's dope. Every time, every fucking time, bro. That shit is like a war flashback. When the Giants get a quarterback and we get a defense, the NFC East is going to be crazy. Yo, if the Giants had Jaden, oh my God, they would be different. The Giants defense is so, Bowen got them boys frying, even without Kayvon Thibodeau. Dexter Lawrence, phenomenal. That's a first team all-pro defensive tackle. His big 350-pound ass got 7 sacks already. Tyler Nubin is balling on the back end with Jason Pinnock. Their corners are man, they're playing ball over there on the defensive side. Thank God Daniel Jones is their quarterback. Yep, I agree. If we drafted him, we might not have been. Yep, exactly. Blessing in disguise. I think we still would have been indeed ass. And he did get hurt very early, so that might have happened here too. Forbes and Davis, man, I don't know what the staff are feeling on them, but geez, just put them in a trade package already. Somebody got a call for them. What do you think the trade value of Emmanuel Forbes and Jamin Davis are? Who's knocking our doors down from? Yep, you already know he posted another Bible verse. You already know the vibrations, bro. You already know the vibrations. Who do I think we make a trade for? I don't know. But if you were to tell me to put some money on it, I think we would trade for another receiver because good teams do shit like that. Good teams do shit like that. They make a strength stronger and they take advantage of someone that's actually available. So it wouldn't surprise me if they made a trade for another weapon here. So if I had to bet today, October, 17th, 16th, Washington was to make a trade, what position would it be? I think it'd be a receiver because I think there's receivers available. I don't know if there's any good corners available. So that's what I think it would be. Tell Kid Blue they can't use the kicker excuse anymore for week 2 since I just watched their kicker who missed 4 or 5. Exactly. They keep saying, they beat us on a bunch of kicks. Like the key word here is beat. Right? Why are Giants fans still like Nikki? All you guys did versus us was kick field goals. No, Nikki, all we did was win. And we didn't punt or turn the ball over. We ice skated up and down the field like Elsa and Anna on y'all the entire day. We just beat ourselves with penalties, and that's why we didn't score a touchdown. So, yeah, I'm tired of Giants saying that shit. I need AP to show that they think were better than expected by going aggressively after a corner or an edge rusher. I would love that. Same thing I've said 1,000 times now is they got to be available. Hassan Reddick, the only edge rusher we really know is out there, him and Chase Young. And Hassan Reddick got a lot of shit going on. And I don't know if that motherfucker's in any type of game shape. He didn't go to off-season workouts. He didn't go to training camp. And it's been 8 weeks into the season, 7 weeks into the season. He hasn't played. So Hassan Reddick sounds like if he went out there and got thrown on a game field, his hamstring might fall right off the bone like brisket on a smoker. Cornerbacks history around here hurts. Gonzalez, Kyle Hamilton, Derwin James. Oh, man, Derwin James over Payne and Allen. I remember that. I remember the Payne versus Vea argument, and I'm sitting back like, fuck that. I want Derwin James. The Payne versus Vea argument. I'm sitting there like, I don't want either. I want fucking another defensive tackle. We got Jonathan Allen. Give me Derwin James. That's who I wanted in that joint, bro. What is the trade value for Manual 4? My man said, I'll trade you a bag of Dollar Tree branded potato chips for Jamin. Okay, so which flavor potato chips is getting you Jamin Davis via trade? Are we talking regular degular? We talking honey barbecue, sour cream and onion? I'm trading Emmanuel Forbes for the Utz 25-cent pack salt and vinegar chips. Opened already. Used chip bag. That's what I'm trading Emmanuel Forbes for, because that boy don't got no trade value. Weapon depth to keep our offense lethal. Exactly. That's where I think a trade would come if we make one. But I would love if we could add a pass rusher or if we could add a corner. It would be really cool if some out-of-the-box trade came out the blue. It would be beautiful. If they pulled some shit that nobody's thinking and we got a player that nobody knew was available, because these guys talk. They talk like a bunch of chatty patties. They talk like a bunch of high school kids in the commons. They all text and call each other. Hey, just checking around, You guys we know you guys need a cornerback. Let's say if we were to name blah, blah, blah available, what would you be willing to give me? These guys text, drink, and have regular conversation like you and I right now, and they float ideas to each other. So something could come. A trade could magically appear out of nowhere, and Washington gets a phenomenal starting corner. But I don't know if that's the case this year, bro. We got to do our business in the offseason. We're going to have $100 million to spend, and I trust the guy making the draft picks. I trust him, and I trust his assistant. It ain't just Adam Peters. Lance Newmark helped put the Lions together, helped Brad Holmes and them boys put the Lions together in Detroit. We got a real front office now, so I'm cool. They traded them for Rap Snacks chips. Would y'all be? Fuck no. Chase Young don't even love football, bro. He likes being a celebrity. The Rap Snacks. Sour cream and onion, bag open, spin the bag. Bombs over Baghdad this week. What up, my boy LD? My boy Scotty, how we doing? 703 in the building. What's going on, my guy? Imagine trading Forbes. Like, that shit gonna be a conditional seventh. Like, I may give you a seventh. Like, a seventh or nothing. Is a conditional seventh a thing? I'm not interested in anything that involves Chase Young, because Chase Young is ass and he has terrible work ethic. Saints fans, it only took them 7 weeks to find out that Chase Young has terrible work ethic. Chase fucking sucks. Hell no. Absolutely not. We have better pass rushers right now. Dante Fowler and Dorrance Armstrong are both better than Chase Young. That boy be out that motherfucker with a brisk jog. He fully healthy, just out that bitch jogging around, not caring. I guarantee you he's done most of his off-season work in the French Quarter or on Bourbon Street rather than in the playbook or watching film. Chase Young has the build of someone who should be Myles Garrett, a Watt brother, a Khalil Mack. But that boy has the work ethic of a fucking degenerate. And that's why he was never great, will never be great. He ain't even Jadeveon Clowney. Jadeveon Clowney is always going to get work because he at least plays hard. Chase Young, not even that. You hate to see it. Rashid Shaheed types. Hey, Rashid Shaheed get busy. Rashid Shaheed get busy. See, that's the type of like random, like, okay, we just came up on a weapon for no reason. What if the Saints go into fire sale mode? Everybody been throwing Marshawn Lattimore out when he ain't available. What if he become a? I would be hitting up the Saints. What y'all got going on down there, bro? Y'all done lost 5 in a row. What's good with it? What's good with it, man? Chase Young, man, that boy. You street legend, though. You street legend. You street know all about Chase, bro. If you know, you know. Albert Hainsworth type beat. Yep, but make it a pass rusher. Give him blonde dreads and give him the body of a Greek god, but be ass on Sundays. I don't understand people like Chase. You finally get the chance to live your dream. And he paid. He good. He gonna live fine for the rest of his life. But he just don't got the work ethic, man. And I remember we all tried to ignore that shit. We wanted to believe he wanted greatness. He just didn't do. Oh yeah, Shaheed's out for the year. He is out. Damn, he's out for the year. I know he got hurt. I didn't know he was out for the year. Shit. Don't do the hometown guy like that. Nah, his bitch ass needs to not do himself like that. Fuck Chase Young. Respectfully, shout out to his family though. His parents, his sister, his brother, all cool as shit. I would trade Forbes for a 5-pack of Tic Tacs from King's Dominion. We're going to take some big steps this coming off season. Now, imagine that, though. Let me just paint y'all a picture. Washington doesn't sneak, but actually earns themselves a trip to the playoffs in their first season of their recalibration, right? And then we go into the offseason with $120 million to spend, 9 draft picks, and we're now a destination. People are going to be agents are going to be in Adam Peters' DMs and in his messages like, hey, yo, what's good with it? What's good with it? What y'all trying to do? What y'all trying to do? Our guys wants to play for your football team. We're going to have people left and right lining up to be a part of this culture because players love Dan Quinn. I didn't realize I wasn't familiar with his game. I didn't realize the gravitas that Dan Quinn carried. People love this guy. They love playing for him, and players are ready to run through a wall for him. We just don't got the horses yet. Andrew Thomas is out for the year, too. So Evan Neal will be back out there. They got to pull the trash can out the garage and put him back on the football field. Bobby Johnson's favorite player, Evan Neal. Olave got another concussion and Shaheed out. Sounds like fire sales time to me. Start selling them. Y'all don't need more. What y'all need Marshawn Lattimore for, bro? Y'all about to go 3. That's crazy. I called before the season that the Saints were going to be the worst team in the league. And then they come out at this Kubiak offense, and they light the world on fire for 2 weeks. Look how fast the rug got pulled out on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, Washington still looks like Washington 6 weeks through the season. So there's levels. That'll be a 1-2 punch with JD5. He's not guaranteed out for the year. Some earlier depends on the surgery. I still want him for our team. Taysom Hill, their number one. I have the most for no reason hatred for Taysom Hill. You know how there's athletes, you just don't like them. You have a legit disdain for them, and you can never exactly put your finger on it. I hate Taysom Hill. I don't know why. I hate he's just I don't know what it is about the guy. I don't know what I can't really finger point why I hate Taysom Hill, but I hate when people talk about him. I feel like he's seen as something way higher than what he's actually been. I remember when they gave him that fake contract with all that money, and I was livid. Like, ain't no fucking way Taysom Hill just got paid that type of money, but it was monopoly money. It was fake money, and it was a way to manipulate the salary cap. But the culture is indeed damn good. It is indeed damn good now. It is. You can say it. You can say it with your chest. You can say it with confidence now. We got a new member to the family, y'all. Grizz Chamberlain. Welcome to the Rambler family. I appreciate you for joining up. Flex that channel badge in the chat. Chase Young might get traded. He ain't gonna be coming here. Trey Harris is your wide receiver one in this upcoming draft. Adam Peters might go trade up. Trey Harris, wide receiver. This is a good wide receiver class. We got Travis Hunter, Tetaroa McMillan. We got Luther Burden. There's some good corners too. I like the kid out of Notre Dame, Morrison. He's tough. I don't see Adam Peters making any trades. He seems to really. I think he's trying to. I think he's making plenty of calls. I don't think he's gonna just sit on his hands because he likes draft pick. If there's a trade worth it, we would do it. Should we wait until the offseason for T. Higgins? Yeah, because I don't think they trade him during the season because I think the Bengals are still going to make the playoff. I think Joe Burrow is still going to strap that team on his back with that third easiest schedule on paper through the rest of the season. I think they're still going to make the playoffs this year. I fucking hate Taysom Hill. He's a fake ass Tebow, and Tebow wasn't shit. Fucking special team, tight end, trick play merchant. I don't know. I hate that guy. Davis said Crosby ain't going nowhere. Yeah, Myles Garrett and Max Crosby are too good to ever get traded. See, the trade deadline, you will see a star receiver or something go, but it's very rare a franchise quarterback, a bookend left tackle, a number one cornerback, or a edge rusher, a elite like Max Crosby and Myles Garrett, elite. Montez Sweat, Chase Young, not elite. Ceiling was there, but they aren't Max Crosby and Myles Garrett. You don't really see Bamas like that get traded at the deadline. You do see, however, wide receivers go. You'll see a linebacker go, Roquan Smith. Look at Devontae Adams and Amari Cooper. Even a running back, Christian McCaffrey. You don't really see at the deadline a franchise quarterback, left tackle, pass rusher, lockdown cornerback. So, whoa, Tebow, childhood legend. Hey, I love Tim Tebow, bro. I love Tim Tebow. We're not sorry enough to be in the Travis Hunter conversation, but trades do happen. We traded Champ Bailey for a running back, and I love CP. He was one of the best running backs in franchise history. Free agent wish list, T. Higgins and DJ Reed. Yep, DJ Reed. There's a couple corners in free agency, and DJ Reed's going to be atop that list. That would be fire. We got the bread to do it, and there fits here. So, my man said, I'm still hurt over Champ Bailey, Gold Jacket Bailey. John Mechie, the Texans got to make him available as well. Noah Collins been banged up. Tank Dell ain't doing shit this year. They got to get Mechie in the rotation at this point. I know Tank Dell ain't doing shit because I got him in one of my fantasy leagues and he fucking lets me down every Sunday. We'll probably be drafting in the 20s. They may trade back into the second round. Man, I'm cool with whatever Adam Peters wants to do. I'm packing my bags. Take us to the promised land, sir. Take us to the promised land. Whatever you think. If you think we should move, we move. If you think we should stand pat, we stand pat. If you think we should trade back, whatever Adam Peters is cooking up, I'm in the kitchen with him with an apron and a chef hat on saying, let's do it. Solidifying the cornerback position, I think, is the most important position we need to address right now. Yes, that sounds all good and well in theory, but it got to exist for us to solidify it. Number one, in starting corners don't grow on trees. It is not likely someone who's going to drastically change our fortunes becomes available, but we shall see. We shall see. We shall see. Jack Jones, I just want people to get out of the idea that because you want something, it's going to happen. It takes two partners to tango, and some positions are very rarely dealt at the deadline. So maybe look at some expiring contracts and say, if you're not paying them, we're willing to pay them in some places. But how many great cornerbacks y'all hear available for trade right now? Like how the Cowboys have an epic rivalry with the Steelers and 49ers. I think Washington has a rivalry with the Bears. Do you agree? I think we could become what? with Caleb and Jaden here, who could be future leaders of the new school in the NFC in a conference that is begging for elite quarterbacks. So I think it could become that. They whooped our ass last time we played them. And the year before that, it was one of the ugliest, nastiest looking games I've ever seen when we played on Thursday Night Football with Carson Wentz, and we like scored like one touchdown. It's either nasty or blowout. We gotta hold up our end of the bargain to be talking about rivalries. Jack Jones, definitely somebody we should be looking out for. Maybe we trade for. Why would Tariq Woolen be traded? Tariq Woolen is a very good starting cornerback. I think we got to be realistic, yo. I don't think we're being very realistic. We're walking around with a grocery list of Ferraris when normally Toyota Camrys get traded at the deadline. We're walking around with Maseratis, Lamborghinis, Raris, and Rolls Royces on our list, where the trade deadline only really gives up Camrys and Civics. I would love Tariq Woolen because Tariq Woolen has no business being traded. On a rookie contract, he's one of the better starting corners in this league. Why would Tariq Woolen be available via trade? What would you make of Kenny Moore being traded here? Is he available? That's what I'm gonna keep saying to every single. We're just throwing shit at the wall at this point and saying I would trade for this person. I would too. You know who I would trade for? I would trade for Sauce Gardner. That nigga not available. I would trade for Derek Stingley. We could do this. We could walk around the league and pick people we love on rosters. That don't mean they're available. Shit, Madden may not even let some of these niggas get traded. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're on the Christmas wish list shopping for people. That's not how the trade deadline works. And the trade deadline in the NFL, to be perfectly honest, it's never usually as popping as the NBA deadline where actual superstars go. Yeah, we saw Devontae Adams and Cooper get traded the other day. We've been hearing all season that those guys were going to get traded, though. Since we're throwing shit at the wall, Myles Garrett for a third. You know what I'm saying? Myles Garrett for a third. Give me Max Crosby for a conditional second. Watch someone say, man, I think we can get TJ Watt for a conditional. That's great. That's just like what I just said with Max Crosby. But if Peters can make some shit shake, I'm with it. Whatever. Adam Peters has my full trust until he lets me down. Patrick Surtain is so. Is he the best corner in the league? He's the best corner in the league, right? I think Patrick Surtain is certifiably the best corner in football, right? He does everything so well. His technique is beautiful, and he got the bloodline to match as well. But the Browns stink, and they got a Deshaun Watson problem. Dude should be begging to get out of there. If I was Denzel Ward and Greg Newsome, I would be trolling on social media. I'd be taking all my Browns. You know the new rollout for asking for a trade. You clear your Instagram page. It's like when you break up with an ex and you take all your ex's pictures off your page. Take all your Brown shit down and put NFL football player, formerly of Ohio State, in your bio. I would be all here for it. I would be all here for having all white game, all white themed jerseys like Penn State. That'd be lit. That'd be lit. Gold helmet, white jerseys, and gold pants. I think that's going to be the alternate when we add a fourth alternate to the uniform. Word from the Browns. I'm cool. If they're available, go for it. If word comes out that Denzel Ward is available via trade, I promise you, Adam Peters will be on the phone with Andrew Berry. Like, what's good with it? What's good with it, man? What's good with it? The Browns couldn't run the ball. Nick Chubb is back now. Yep. You know, I mean, they got a long way to go to make something out of their season, and they got a big Deshaun Watt. I think we're definitely wearing the white on white. We're saving the white on white for Thursday Night Football at the link. That's what we're saving the white on white for. We already tried to trade Ward for Trent Williams. Oh, man. Just hearing about the way that Bruce Allen treated that Trent Williams. Bruce Allen told fans that Trent Williams was missing time because he had a cosmetic surgery. This nigga had us thinking Trent Williams out here getting a BBL or something. That man had cancer and was getting a cancerous cyst removed from his skin. And Bruce Allen tried to gaslight fans into thinking this man was going to get some lip filler or some shit. This man said a cosmetic procedure like he was going to get something done through the basis of vanity. Disgusting. Disgusting what we used to do. What are you okay giving up in a trade? It depends on the caliber of player. It depends on the caliber of player. If they were to fuck around and get a player who has no business on the deadline, you give up whatever you need to do to get the deal done. But for some of these names we're throwing out there, like, say, for example, a J.C. Horn who's not going to be available, I would want to give up a third for him, third plus, but he's young. He fits the profile. It was a top 10 pick, 6'1", 205. That's a good size young cornerback, height, weight, speed guy that you're going to have to pay. So you're probably going to have to give up a 2 for a starting caliber corner on a rookie contract. So if you find a guy that fits perfectly, you pay whatever it takes to get there. You pay whatever it takes to bring him home. You don't get fleeced though. You don't get pulled over someone's lap to make it done. Dudes be wanting us to trade for star players for fam. Madden does not. Son, you know how hard it be to trade for stars on Madden? They be sometimes you'll give up a lot and they won't even let it happen. Adrian said to the younger Redskins Commanders fan, Washington used to run shit for years. Now nobody wants to trade with us because losers hate seeing teams that was become amazing. But I think we got a GM. Adam Peters has a relationship with the entire league. We're going to get shit done. The man literally had cancer, and Bruce Allen acted like that man was going to get his ass done. That shit was crazy, bro. Don't worry, guys. Trent's getting BBL surgery. He'll be back soon. That man had cancer removed from his head. That's how bad we used to be on and off the field. Y'all remember a couple years ago, our freaking medical person, we had the DEA raiding us mid-season. We had everyone sitting around waiting for news to drop on this big article about Dan Snyder. I'm so glad all we're doing is I'm glad the infighting through the fans now, we're not fighting about what quarterback should be starting. We're not fighting about the owner. We're not fighting about stupid shit. We can just talk about football now. And as a football fan, that shit feels amazing. Appreciate you, JB, for the super, my guy. Appreciate you. Man, it feels so good to just be locked in and only talk about football because it used to be such a fucking shit show here. Can we sign number 28 back? Unfortunately, he's very retired. My question to everybody that defends Emmanuel Forbes, Darrell Green offered to help Emmanuel Forbes last year. Why Forbes ain't take him up on the offer? Apparently, Mikey Sainristil has worked with Darrell Green. Mikey Sainristil has played 6 games as a Washington Commander. Why is praying mantis body Forbes turning down Hall of Famers who want to give him tutelage? Bruce Allen is an idiot. Crazy part was the drunk GM was the best GM for us, and he actually wanted to build it. And in Bruce and Dan fashion on Scott McLuhan's way out, he's a drunk. He's drinking in the office. We can smell the alcohol from outside of his office. Fired that man during a leave of absence and said, oh no, Scott's just away because his grandmother died. It was his grandmother, I believe. Like, oh my God. We were a reality show for so long. We were a reality show for, you know how long we were a joke here? I'm so glad we're past those days. Jaden Daniels is him. He can make average wide receivers play better ball. He is. And he looks really good. I love Jaden Daniels. Like, I have an unhealthy liking to I really like what I'm seeing out of this guy on and off the field. Ron kept getting the wrong players from Carolina, apparently. If you played golf with Ron, if you've ever been in the same city as Ron, he would have brought you in and gave you a job. Do I think Jean Baptiste will be our full-time starting DN in the future? I think I don't think so, but I think he has a chance. I think most likely he's going to be like a rotational edge rusher for us, but I don't know. I think we're gonna get some dogs in here at some point. I think we're gonna get some real talent in this motherfucker at some point. We should have kept the drunk GM talking about Scotty McCloy. Bengals didn't pay Jamar Chase. They're gonna pay him as soon as the season's over. I'm gonna pay him as soon as the season's over. He's getting history defining money. Jamar Chase ain't gonna sniff free agency or trade. You can force trades on Madden. Yeah, you can kind of force trades on Madden, but they still give you hard problems. Y'all running back is crazy. Robinson, trade. Oh, Brian Robinson not going nowhere. If that's what we're talking about. Brian Robinson is a commander. Like my man Doug Williams, he's the commander. He's the commander. Definitely seen Shiesty Jaden. Jaden got the ski mask on at practice. That's how you know he a California boy. He got some fall 60-degree weather. That boy got the Pooh Shiesty ski mask on at practice. Oh, he a Cali boy through and through. We can finally say we're not a toxic organization. We deserve a structured organization. We do deserve it, and we have that now. That cap spending on Madden franchise mode gives you anxiety. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Why did he turn down the work? Yeah, why did Emmanuel Forbes like, man, that's Darryl Green. We're about to retire his number this week. He wants to do things the right way. He must be drunk. He must be drunk because we don't do that shit over here. They said, get Scott McCloughan the fuck out of here. Ron being a people pleaser was what led to him getting fired. Yep. He was loyal to a fault, to his detriment. On top of that, he's one of the worst talent evaluators ever. I like our quarterback so much. I keep making edits of him. Bro, it feels good, man. He was a great human. Ron was a great human. Terrible at coaching and talent evaluation. Great human, though. The man crush is real. Yeah, we love this guy, man. He's what we've been dreaming about for our whole lives. But yeah, man, I could tell he misses coaching too, but I can't tell too much because I turn that shit off as soon as he comes on TV. As soon as Ron pops up on my television, I rebuke it. I rebuke it. Get this. I don't even want this energy in my house. I don't want this voice being heard on the sound bar in my apartment. I don't want to hear it. Nope. I rebuke it. I don't want to hear any of what Ron Rivera has to say. Respect the Ron, though, and thank him forever for bringing us Jaden Daniels. You'll get your ring, my boy. You'll get your ring if we win one. He really said, send me my ring. That's crazy. The black shiesty in uniform going, oh my God, I need it next week. I need the shiesty on game day. Make sure your shit is braided up on game day or twisted up, G. We're wearing black versus Chicago and versus Tennessee. I need versus Caleb Williams at 4:25 Eastern Standard at Northwest Stadium next week. I need ski mask Jaden versus Caleb in the all black. We're coming out like goons, bro. I might walk out to that joint if I'm one of the players with black Air Forces on just because, but then take them off because you can't play football in Air Force Ones. But imagine how awkward that ceremony going to be when Darryl Green sees Forbes. He ain't got no issue with him. He wants to help that poor young man. He wants to help that young man. Word on the street, I'm not trying to spread no rumors or nothing like that, but a close, very source to the situation told me that Emmanuel Forbes, his girl, and a group of people were at the club after we lost to the Ravens on Sunday. Emmanuel Forbes apparently was out clubbing after we lost to the Ravens. That ain't nobody's business, but it was told to me. I don't know if it's true. Could be bullshit. Could be bullshit. I trust the person who told me, though. Get your party on, man. You ain't play on Sunday, so it's all good. I don't really care what Emmanuel Forbes does. If it was somebody else, I might have cared. I don't want to hear about quarterbacks out partying after losses because we've seen that here before. Can we paint the end zones and midfield logo black when we wear the jerseys? I believe we only do that for the Salute to Service game. And if I'm correct, Salute to Service month is November, right? Yes, because October is Crucial Catch. So When do we play the Titans? Is that December or the last week of? Hold up, wait. We play the Cowboys on the 24th. And is our bye after the Cowboys game, or do we got the Titans? Do we play the Titans in November? Because if we play the Titans in November, it's going to be the salute the service game, and the field's going to be black that week. But he said, "Nah, that's crazy work." Forbes at the club. Forbes out Rose Bar after we just took the L on Sunday. Bear fans gonna try to knock out fans after we beat them, lock them up with that new unemployed Ravens fan. Oh man, that was some of the weakest shit I seen all week. Hitting random people. Jeremy Reeves was looking for those two fans that guy hit, because I think they're gonna bless him. They're gonna bless him with some field passes and bring him to a game or something. I hope they located those fans. If you know who those two fans that got hit by that random Ravens clown who is now jobless and in jail, let us know, because Jeremy Reeves and some of the Commanders players were looking for him. Yeah, bro. As soon as Ron come on TV, bro, I'm ready to throw my remote out the window and the television screen. I want no parts of that, bro. I have Terry's. I need Jaden's. Hey, my boy Jaden, man. Everybody needs some Jaden gear in their life. I just checked CBS's mock draft. They have us taking Isaiah Bond from Texas. Ooh, he's a fit. We were just talking about that in the chat too. Jalen, shout out Jaden, my boy Jalen Morgan, Bleeding BNG. He just said in the chat the other day that Isaiah Bond is a sneaky perfect fit for this offense. Come out to back in blood too with the Pooh Shiesty. I know, bro. Come out ready to go. Emmanuel Forbes, man. Bless his heart. Had an incredible experience meeting Darryl Green last year. He shook my hand personally and took a photo. Then later, he snuck up on me on my inside Commanders field and started joking with me. That's what's up, man. See, everybody catches people on different days. And these celebrities, these athletes, these legends, alumni, etc., everybody's just people in real life. Mike Williams is being shopped around. Let them keep I'm cool on Mike Williams. Yes, he's a big receiver. I'm going to be totally honest with you. I think Noah Brown could do what Mike Williams could do for us right now. That is an injury-prone motherfucker waiting to happen. And Noah Brown already injury-prone enough. That's as much injury-proneness I need in the receiver room right now. People was crying when I said Forbes was crazy for sitting out for a thumb injury, but this nigga at the club. My boy in that joint getting busy. Up at Rose. No, I don't even know if it was Rose Bar, but he was in the city with it, though. Let him party, though. He ain't play. He ain't break a sweat. Ron is an idiot. We could have had Kyle Hamilton, Christian Gonzalez, and Christian Darrisaw. It'd be like that, man. It'd be like that. I said the QB Zesty had to take an L and drown his Staros at Sephora. Oh man, 1 Peter 5:7 says, yeah, man, that boy, he getting his, a professional athlete is going through it and is done with the team when all of a sudden they become devout Christians on the internet. Like, not people, like, some people stand in their faith, and we hear it all the time. Jaden mentions God every time he goes to the podium. All of a sudden, Emmanuel Forbes is every other tweet. That boy is out here at the pulpit getting this shit off. Schedule makers, script writers didn't do us any favors because they gave Caleb and the Bears a bye so they can get 2 weeks to prepare for it. That's cool. They gave them that, though, because they're coming back from London. They just put the stomping on the Jags in London, gave them they bye, get their jet lag out their system. It's all good. I don't care about none of that shit. We're going to be ready to go. We're going to be locked in, and I want that one. Isaiah Bond is the Texas wide receiver. He's a fucking dog. That's who Isaiah Bond is. What up, Reedy and Z? Make sure y'all are subbed up and following my guys. Yo, that shit y'all be doing where, like, your girl's a Ravens fan, your wife's a Ravens fan, she kicked you out the house after that game. That shit was hilarious on social media, on Instagram, bro. Imagine we pick up. No. Yeah, if you follow this channel, that is, I don't even want to talk about that person. Good for him, and I'm glad he's got work from somewhere, but no, absolutely not. Ron actually said, "Don't forget to send me my ring when y'all win a Super Bowl ring." He did. He said this to Albert Breer in a Monday morning quarterback article right before the fucking season started. So, right before the season started in 2023, Ron already knew his goose was cooked and decided to do an interview about it. Oh man, we've come so far in a year. Chasing down Tony Dorsett. Yes, sir. Dale Green. Dog. Zay Flowers was at Rose Bar after the game. Now, don't tell me Emmanuel Forbes was out there with Zay Flowers cooling with the ops after the game. Cadillac Williams is available to back up B-Rob. What's Cadillac? What is his name? Carnell Cadillac Williams. Yo, shout out to that Auburn team. Jason Campbell, Ronnie Brown, Cadillac Williams, Carlos Rogers. We double dipped from that program in the Rogers draft. We were one pick from getting Aaron Rodgers, but thank God, because a Dan Snyder franchise would not have let Aaron Rodgers become Aaron Rodgers, because he would have been rushed onto the field immediately and he would have got killed. But we doubled up from that undefeated Auburn team. Remember that team? Didn't they like get like a split of USC's title because they went undefeated that year as well, and it was all voted back then? But shout out to that Auburn team. I haven't heard the name Cadillac Williams in so long. We're not signing Heineke, bro. Heineke, we're going to treat Heineke like the name Ron Rivera, bro. I rebuke it. I rebuke it, and I refuse to even engage. If it ain't a game changer, we good. Exactly. Mike Williams stinks, bro. Mike Williams got his feelings hurt because they traded for Devontae Adams. He didn't show up to practice today. Rio and the Eagles fans delusional. The Eagles fans delusional? Or are you saying me and the Eagles fans? Because you put the Y. That's supposed to say E like E? Like me and the Eagles? Tell me why big body Robinson is more important to this offense than we thought. Oh, Brian Robinson, he's a fucking tank. He's a tank. And our game is to time of possession you to death. The fact that we gave up 13 minutes in time of possession showed me I was indeed wrong about that shit. We really missed Brian Robinson versus them Bamas on Sunday. They sold out on the RPO and zone read shit, and Austin Eckler didn't do anything rushing. They have a good running defense, and it wasn't about them not seeing a good rushing offense. It was the fact that you cannot run on the Ravens, and we learned that on Sunday. Mike got a bad back. No, thank you, Cliff. It's time to unlock Senate when he's ready. When he's ready. Senate was getting all them dumbass penalties versus the Giants and early on this season. There's a world where he's just not ready yet. Todd Heap now jobless on the avenue. He jobless on the avenue. Todd Heap, Ravens legend. Todd Heap used to get busy, bro. They need DBs, not wide receivers. I'm trying to educate the masses, man. We know what the fuck the team needs. And yes, we do need another body in the wide receiver room at some point. At the trade deadline, you get what's fucking available. You can want all you want to. You can need all you want to. Starting corners do not grow on trees. They don't grow on trees. Buffalo stole Ray Davis. I did want a running back in the draft, but I hope we pick one up. Eckler ain't going to be here forever. Yeah, we'll get another body in here to get in that room with them. I feel like Ron hated Snyder and was willing to put this team in the dirt to release us from his curse. If only it was that simple. What's Cam Curl up to? Shout out to the Curls. They sucking it up in LA, so not much. St. Jude should have number 28 on speed dial. I don't think Daryl Green can fix not getting your head around and shit like that. Tank with long legs and well proportioned. Yep, that boy Brian Robinson, man. And he plays with so much heart. He was relentless. He plays with so much heart. I think that guy, they need to sit B-Rob again and run McNichols. I think we should rest him again this week. I'll be listening to LB, him and the Eagles fans of Duluth. Shout out to Lord Brunson, by the way. Shout out to him, man. I told y'all about, I ran into Lord Brunson at Wegmans one day. I said, what's good with you, man? I didn't know you stay where I stay. I thought you were still in Philly. But the Eagles fans, they do still have an elite roster. They just haven't got anything out of it recently, but they should still be confident in their team. Their schedule softens. We're going to see. I think they lose to the Bengals in week 8. I think Burrow and them beat the Eagles week 8, especially playing how they're playing right now. Vic Fangio hasn't exactly figured that defense out yet. And offensively, Jalen Hurts is not putting fear into anyone's heart. He just got his weapons back this week. We're going to see, man. We're going to see. The Eagles still have a squad, so we cannot overlook them or punk-ass Dallas, who are in the absolute dumps right now. We can't overlook either of them because there is talent on those rosters. And the future landing a superstar. I mean, I think Adam Peters is going to build us a Super Bowl contending roster. It just never was going to all happen in 2024. And I think people need to hold their horses. You get what's out there. So if they decided to add a receiver because he was available at the deadline and they felt like we needed another body in the room, then so be it. Put your Christmas list away. This ain't Madden. This ain't fantasy football. Adam Peters going to do what Adam Peters do. It ain't as simple as fans like to make it seem. But I feel you for wanting more because we know what we got. I'm curious what Reddick's trade price will be. It's probably going to be something like a fourth. It's probably going to be something like a conditional 4th round pick. It ain't going to be nothing high. And whoever trades for Hassan Reddick, they better hope he's in some type of game shape because that boy could come out there and pull a hammy. That boy didn't go to spring workouts, summer workouts, and he's now missed about half the season. I'm curious what he goes for, too. I think we got a locker room that could handle a Hassan Reddick, and we could definitely use a talent like that, but I don't know what you're getting out of him in 2024 at this point. St. Juice need to go work at Costco warehouse. Sadly, though, he's one of our more consistent cornerbacks, but that says a lot. Unpopular topic, but we definitely got to upgrade that backup quarterback position. Oh, nope, I think we're cool at backup quarterback. I really could give us Sam Hartman is going to eventually at some point take over as the backup. I'm cool with it. We don't have to worry about the backup quarterback position here in DC anymore. It's not even something we need to talk about. Sam Hartman got us down the line. We going to be Gucci. Rio, there got to be a corner in free. Oh, no. There's corners in free agency. There's a bunch of corners, and there's corners in the draft. We may not get it right now is what I'm telling fans. Everybody wants a corner. Starting cornerbacks do not grow on trees. You rarely see a starting corner, especially like on a rookie contract, traded at the deadline. That's why everybody, I think it would be cool if we got J.C. Horn. J.C. Horn is probably not going to be. The Panthers have like 3 good players on their roster. He's one of them. So don't expect it. It'll be nice, though. Give the rock to Jahan Dotson. Jahan Dotson and Curtis Samuel have contributed as much as us in the chat this season. What up? You think we played our toughest comp already? And if not, who? No, yes, we did. The division's always going to be a dogfight, but the Ravens are by far easily the best team we're going to play all year. Absolutely. St. Juice needs a timeout for the rest of the season. Unfortunately, we need that nigga to play unless we want to pull up like Chigozie and Newsium to start playing for us right now. I get we don't like him, but yeah, he's really the only sized corner we have. So St. Juice and Igbenogany, we are going to be rolling with them, y'all. We're going to have to live with it. Bears going to maul your puppy soft team. Ain't nobody afraid of the Bears, man. Y'all gonna need extra nail polish next week when y'all get this L because we're not worried about y'all. The Bears excited because they finally saw their offense turn it around. It only took y'all to mid-October. Good for y'all. Oh, Chicago's so cute. They finally figured out how to put points on the board and they got confidence. They got their chest hair all out. Look at them. They're so cute in Chicago. Meanwhile, we're still a top 2 offense in the league. Y'all not us. Y'all not us. We're not worried about y'all. We'll see y'all next week. We'll see y'all now. Oh, look at us. We scored 40 in London. Look at us. We're here. What is it, Jaden Daniel? Jaden been doing this shit since week 2, baby. We knew our offense and our quarterback was good a long time ago. I'm glad y'all figured it out, though. Y'all so cute. Go Chicago. We'll see y'all next week. We'll see y'all next week. The Bears handled the Panthers and went to London, and then all of a sudden, oh my God, Jaden would never. Jaden been doing this shit. They get their first little taste of offense and look at them. Meanwhile, Washington is in conversations with the greatest show on turf as the most efficient scoring offense in the last 30 years. But they talking about our offense and our quarterback. Y'all so cute in Chicago. Y'all may actually finally see a 4,000 quarterback. Look at you go. R.I.P. Pat Stay, by the way. Look at y'all go. Get after it, Chicago. We'll see y'all next week at 425, my boy. No way the fans of QB. We'll see y'all next week at Northwest. We at least got one of the Fullers on the squad. Well, did we sign him yet, or did we just work him out? We got the washed Fuller, Kyle. Didn't even know he still wanted to play football. Why is Chicago? They're very upset. It's very. Let me put it like Caleb would put it. It's giving insecure. I love Caleb. See, they're making me crack jokes on Caleb, and I love Caleb. Boy, I hate that. Their obsession with our quarterback and our offense. Like, I'm sorry we got Cliff over here. I'm sorry our offense has been killing it on a weekly basis. Like, a bad game for us is 23 points versus the Ravens with missed field goal. So, Bears game 425. That stadium going to be rock. Oh, it's going to be crazy. Caleb coming back to DC. Number 1 versus number 2, and they got the number 1 team on it. They got Romo and Nance again, and you know Romo loves him some Jaden Daniels. Bears fans don't watch our games. They go on Twitter and find an incompletion or an interception, and then they screen record it and go to the timeline. My quarterback will never. Meanwhile, your quarterback has 3 more interceptions than my quarterback. And my quarterback has more. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? And why are we doing these comparison games? Because clearly the rookie of the year through 6 weeks of the season is Jaden Daniels. So, but look at good for the Panthers. The Bears they figured it out. I just want Bears fans to know this: Washington is in year 1 of a rebuild. Y'all are in playoff now, or your coach and GM are fired mode. Y'all are supposed to be good right now. Y'all are supposed to be 4-2. We're not even supposed to be here. We're playing with house money. Y'all decided to keep that fucking idiot GM, Ryan Poles, and Matt Eberflus as your coach. So you put a rookie in a predicament where he has to win right now. So good job. Y'all are right where you're supposed to be through 6 weeks. Congratulations. We'll see y'all when y'all come down to Northwest next week. Possibly, I will let y'all know. Possibly going to that game. That's the blackout, baby. Everybody in Pooh Shiesty ski mask and black Air Force Ones for it, baby. Pull up. I need me a black jersey before that game. I wish I could take off of work to go to a game this year, but man, I just don't got time. I lost all respect when they started doctoring passing charts. Yeah, man, like they're putting out fake passing charts and fake stats just to make Caleb look better than Jaden. That's let me watch what I'm about to say. That's just not kosher. That's not what adults do. What kind of bitch assery is that? That is bitch assery. We are I could not imagine. Let's just walk with me for a second. I do not want to hear about another rookie quarterback. So this is what I do. I get this idea, light bulb. I get an idea in my head. Ooh, let's make up a fake passing chart and let's gaslight people into thinking Jaden never threw to the left side all year. Who does shit like that? Who does shit like that? We've played better defenses than the Bears, buddy. I think we've played better defenses than Chicago's, my guy. Hurts and Prescott are stealing money, and we love that for them. What color are we wearing to the game? Versus Chicago, we're wearing black. We're wearing burgundy this week, I believe. Let me pull up the jersey schedule. I got it here somewhere. I believe we're wearing burgundy on gold this week. Burgundy tops, gold bottoms. Let me pull that up right now. I do this shit every fucking week. Let me confirm it. Burgundy jerseys we are wearing. No, stop it. Burgundy jerseys schedule. Week 7 versus the Panthers. Yep, burgundy jerseys, and you know the gold bottoms are coming out. Soy boys is hilarious. Not to mention Caleb has much better receiving group. Dog, y'all rosters tailor-made to be a playoff team. We're not even supposed to be in the same stratosphere right now. Y'all are supposed to be way better than us because y'all had the number 1 pick when you didn't earn the number 1 pick. You got it via trade because the Panthers were the worst team. Y'all were a 7-win team with a running back playing quarterback last year in Justin Fields. So y'all were supposed to be nice coming into this season. Don't get mad at us because our quarterback is transcending. And despite the fact that we got holes all over the roster, we've found a way to win 4 of our first 6 games. Like, bro, we don't hate Caleb over here. We don't hate Caleb Williams over here. We're not scared of the fucking Bears. This is not the same Ron, Coach Choke, Rivera team. Yeah, this is not EB running the offense. Howland, Rivera, and Del Reed. This is a whole different. We're wearing the black 2 times as of now. We're allowed to substitute and wear them a third. We're wearing them next week versus Chicago, and we're wearing them versus the Tennessee Titans. We're wearing the black twice. You're allowed to wear your alternates a third time. So fuck the Bears. Hell yeah, we don't hate Caleb. Fuck the Chicago Bears. They're talking crazy. I can't wait to the game next week. That's gonna have a primetime feel at 425. Need to understand the Chiracees. To understand they haven't faced a top 2 offense yet. Trevor Lawrence not walking through that door next week. Yeah, they can't make me hate Caleb, but yeah, they're a little Montez Sweat gonna power slam. You know what, Broski Bear? I got 3 players on my roster right now with more sacks than Montez Sweat, and your defense is better than ours. Dante Fowler, more sacks than Montez Sweat right now. Frankie Louvu, not even a defensive lineman, a linebacker, more sacks than Montez Sweat right now. Dorrance Armstrong, dealing with a rib injury right now, more sacks than Montez Sweat right now. So bring his ass. Our offensive line ain't the offensive line Montez Sweat was used to when he was here. So bring your ass, Montez. We do not fear you. You may have a good game. We don't fear you, my boy. Get your money, though. Get your money, though. JD new to this, but true to this. Yes, sir. What JD told the Bengals fans, go home. Go home. He got the shiesty out there, man. Let's go. I do miss Montez Sweat. I like Montez. Montez gets busy. Tez gets busy. He's not Chase. He gets busy. Montez was every bit deserving of the contract Chicago gave him. And it made me happy to see him flourish with double-digit sacks. Halloween uniform against the Bears, black jerseys with the burgundy scratch marks, burgundy pants. He said, make it just look ugly as hell. Montez is going to have a Chase Young special when he comes back. Don't tell the Chicago fans what that means. It probably don't mean what they think it means. Chiracees is fucking hilarious. Chiracees is diabolical as hell. Holy shit. Shout out to next week's gonna be so y'all chat. I need the chat. I need y'all on your best bullshit. I need y'all with your war paint on, eye black, all black. I need y'all on black Air Force energy. It's gonna get so tight. Y'all think it got toxic when we played the Ravens last week? It's gonna get toxic when we play the Bears next week. There's gonna be so many Bears fans in the chat talking crazy, and I need y'all to handle that. I need y'all to handle that light work. Black on burgundy. We don't got enough burgundy on the jersey to match it up. Though they don't match. Though black uniforms only look good with black everything. It's supposed to be black from top to bottom. It's midnight. That shit, y'all trying to make your Madden combination. That shit is nasty. Allen has the same amount of sacks as Montez. Well, I think Sweat has a half a sack more, or does Allen have 2.5? Damn, so we got 4 players with the amount of sacks. I think if they add more to the pants and stuff, but nah. That black as presently made only goes with the black. Chirac Keys, I'm a trendsetter. Hey, you may be on to something, man. Shout out to Broski Bear. He should be feeling good. Caleb lit it up 2 weeks in a row, 7 touchdowns in the last 2 weeks. Shout out to him. The number 1 overall pick is actually doing what he needs to do. He's like the first number 1 overall quarterback with 4 wins in his first 6 weeks in quite some time. But we know that's because the Bears should not have had the number 1 pick, but they did get it because the Panthers are fucking stupid. Y'all better not put Montez near Coleman because, Brandon Coleman's a dog. We held our own up front versus the Ravens, too. They got Caleb a couple times, but it's because we were one-dimensional. They completely had the run sewed up, so we had to pass the ball a lot. So 35 passing attempt, you're giving our quarterback more dropbacks. That's more of a chance that you're going to get him hit. So I'm not upset about that. I'm not upset about that. We played well. Andrew Wiley, I'm not palling on none of the O-line. Him and Allegretti, they got beat a couple times. It's the Ravens, bruh. Caleb has weapons, and our wide receiver 2 by committee has over 40 receptions through 6 games. We got a lot of bodies in the receiver room there. JD, you already know. You already know what he do. Rio, did you get some for your birthday? Something like that. Something like that. This is not the old Washington in there. Something like that. Post-dated. I can't wait. Bears fans still think Stan Snyder runs the team. Absolutely. It would be dope if we wore black with gold, but the jersey now as they presently are made, them black uniforms only go together with black. Stop trying to edit it. Stop trying to remix them. We black on black on black when we wear the black, y'all. We already owed y'all from last season, but y'all been mad annoying this season. Yeah, it's been crazy. Like, they're making fake passing chart. Everything Jaden does. Like, Rookie of the Week is a fan-voted situation. So the finger should be pointed at yourself. Why don't y'all get active? You don't even have to log on a website. You can literally vote for Pepsi Rookie of the Week on X. Get active. Instead of crying on the timeline, get your thumbs active and vote for your motherfucking quarterback because we support ours over here. I would laugh my ass off if Jaden won it this week because Caleb has to win it this week. 4 touchdowns, 230 yards. Like, Caleb has to win it this week. It'd be fucking hilarious if he didn't. At some point, NFL got to be like, all right. Rivera and Del Rio. What is this linebacker position? They played linebacker their whole lives. Got to Washington and just said, fuck the position. We're going to draft one in the first round, and we don't care if it works. We're never going to touch it ever again. Hilarious, man. Shout out to the Bears, though. I actually like the Bears team. I like their team. I like their quarterback. I like a lot of the pieces there. Shout out to Montez Sweat. I don't hate the Bears. That's why I hate that they're making me adversarial, because why are they so insecure about our quarterback? Bears fans are so insecure about our quarterback. Like, it's kind of uncomfortable. Like, damn, let our quarterback be good at football. I see the Bears fan rate like a 280 character diatribe just venting about Jaden Daniels doesn't do anything special. They make him run a one read offense. Like, I'm going to stop you right there, champ. You're not watching our offense. You're not. If you don't see Jaden Daniels getting through progressions and making NFL throws left and right weekly, you're not watching the games, sir. You're not watching them. Caleb won't L'Oreal player. Well, L'Oreal player of the week is crazy. Rookie running back Ray Davis. Oh, shout out to Ray Davis. Ray Davis. My man's name is Ray Davis on here. Is that kinfolk? After we run through him, the rest of the NFC North. Little bro, then back to the bottom. That shit would be funny. That division's wicked. Some of you have way too much to say about what a player does on his own time. It's a joke to me. I don't really care about none of that shit, bro. If you want to wear fingernail polish, first of all, and so we're clear on it. I know Caleb Williams is fat. Caleb Williams is from the area. Caleb Williams does not swing that way. So you can say whatever you want about the way he talks, the way he presents himself. Caleb Williams likes women. So I think while the jokes be funny on social media, I think people need to relax on that shit. I don't go there. I like Caleb Williams. The funny thing is, I've seen some Pats fans sneak this into. I'm like, your quarterback just got off the bench last week. Let us breathe. Yeah, it's. They hate to see that our guy is out here doing it, man. Our guy is out here doing it. Hey, we not related. That's crazy. That's your cousin like shit. Caleb Williams. Yo, yeah, lead Caleb. I love Caleb, man. Spam the fuck out of 400 plus votes just to keep the troll going. That's commitment right there. That's commitment. Jaden Daniels is nasty, son, but the Bears going to fuck him up. Bears on a bye week. They're going to be rested and ready. And we're going to be coming off a spanking of the Carolina Panthers. We're going to come in 5-2. We're going to be ready as well. We're going to be ready as well. It's going to be a good game, though. It's going to be a dogfight. Y'all ain't going to make it easy. I want to see both of these quarterbacks at the best of their ability duking it out because I want that to be the next rivalry in this conference that is dying for two young elite quarterbacks. Bears fans hate Washington because after the Bear won the Super Bowl in 85, they was 15-1 and we knocked them out the playoff. Maybe that is where some of the beef stems, but I think a lot of these guys these days don't know because a lot of the people talking crazy on Jaden are like younger fans. But shout out to Broski Bear because he at least knows that JD5 gets active. One game at a time, Carolina first, but the Bears. Let's get back to let's lock back in. We got the Bears. We got the Panthers this week. We can handle the Bears when we get to them. How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Ain't nobody KO and shit around here, man. There will be no knockouts taking place on no football field, but he gonna get dots thrown over his head though. He gonna get dots thrown. Tell Jalen Johnson to bring his track shoes next Sunday. Bears give up $112 on the ground. Food, oh yeah. And Brian Robinson, mini men, and the all black. Oh, y'all not ready for Brian Robinson and the all black. Y'all not ready for Pooh Shiesty, Jaden Daniels next week. Their fans don't vote every week like we do. We want to see our guys collecting belts like Thanos out here. The fact that Bears fans had to edit Jaden's passing chart tells you they don't even believe in the narratives about him that they spew. Exactly. That it took diligence and effort to concoct some fake news. They're going to end up at the bottom of their division, but hey, we'll see them when we see them. We got the Carolina Panthers coming in this week. It's about time we wrap this one up. I had a good time with y'all for the game preview. We'll have some more content coming at you tomorrow. I'm going to have another Panthers fan on Friday so we could do this one more time. And my boy Josh Taylor coming on Friday. More to go. Before we get out of here, let me see some more score predictions for this game. I got us 37-20. If you ain't smashed that like button yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that like button. I got 37-20. 17-point victory, but the Panthers, I got the Bears on my mind now. I got the Panthers getting up to 20 points. Chuba Hubbard's going to get 90 plus yards on Sunday, but I got us, man. I got us with the 37-20 victory. That's a 3-possession game. I'll take it. Let's get out of there. Let's get ready for Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears defense. I got us moving to 5-2. That puts us, our percentage to make the playoffs is going to go up each week. I believe we're at like 76% chance to make the postseason this year. Appreciate you, MD, for your channel membership and for the $4.99 donation. I was young when RG3 was drafted. Were Colts fans acting like this when he played? Phil? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It was actually cool that year because everybody was so excited for all the rookie quarterback. It was Russell Wilson's rookie year. It was RG3. It was Andrew Luck. It was Ryan Tannehill. Everybody was like, wow. We played a preseason game versus the Colts that year. The Colts came down to FedEx Field. I've never seen a preseason atmosphere like that. There was a 2-drive back-to-back where Andrew Luck led a touchdown drive and then RG3 led a touchdown drive, scrambling to the right, touchdown to the right side. I was like, damn, this feels like a regular season game. So absolutely not. Nobody was acting like this, you know? Bears gonna maul the Commodores, your Lionel Richie quarterback. Broski Bear, bless your heart, man. Broski Bear. Y'all gonna get learnt next week. Y'all gonna get learnt what a real offense looks like because y'all ain't played any this year. Y'all gonna see what it looks like. I'm glad that Caleb and your offense finally got it together because it was looking spooky for y'all. But my rookie quarterback ain't ever gonna have a game where he throws for 100 yards. My quarterback ain't ever about to have a game where he's throwing more interceptions than touchdowns. But that's what y'all do. We're going to see y'all next week when we get there. Thank you to everybody that pulled up to this game preview stream. We did a lot of yapping tonight. More content back at your head top in the morning. Fucking Adam Rink and a Chicago Bear, but we got Carolina Panther to put on the smoker this weekend. We're back in the burgundy jerseys. We're back at the crib, and we're retiring one of the greatest Redskins ever, Darryl Green's jersey on Sunday. Can't lose this game. Can't look past or take teams not seriously. Let's get it in. I'll see y'all tomorrow with some more content. Hail to the Washington Commanders. Y'all have a blessed rest of your night. Y'all make these streams very easy to sit and yap at a camera. I could do this shit all day with y'all. I'm going to call it a night. Until next time, Commander Rio is out.